hello, Roger. Oh, no, a couple of others. 3. Holly. Roger, no, even Roger isn't there. He's not at his seat. Stitch, good evening, sweetie. Glad you could be here. Hope you're okay. As you can see, I didn't get much of a tan this year. There's not a lot of us lovelies at the moment. Oh, Roger's been and run to the kitchen for munchies and he's back at his chair. Holly's just on a phone call at the moment. A couple more have come in. Good evening, people. Yeah, I'll wait for a few more to come in, even if they are lurkers. Done really well with the vaping and stuff like that. 10 days. 10 days we were away and neither of us took our thing with us. I found this one, I don't know where, somewhere around, and I thought I'll kill it. I'll finish it off. But we're both doing really, really well with the no smoking. So a 15-second lag. Thank you, babe. I can sort of see that. But my fix. And this is what happens when you don't turn up, you see. You lose your followers. Then I'm boring. I know that. I haven't even got any good stories to talk about. I'll start reminiscing about the holiday once Holly's finished on her phone call. This is quite weird because I can hear myself downstairs. Moo, good evening. Hope you're well. Well, Jenny, good evening. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Here she is.
Hello. Are we well? Oh, hang on. Let me turn that up. I can't hear anything. There we go. That's better. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Not very suntanned because it wasn't very good weather.
No.
And I wasn't going outside for a cigarette.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because you're not smoking.
Even if it was windy and everything else, I'd be outside making the best of it, sitting in my coat, whatever, because I wanted a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no. So pink and pasty. So
Join the rest of us Brits. All the rest of us Brits are bloody pink and pasty. My tan's fading like mad.
Well, when it's 30 degrees, you don't want to go out in it because it's too hot, and then it drops back down to 17, and I want my coat on.
Yeah, it's not been great. It really hasn't. We've been waiting to do stuff in the garden. It's just like, nope, not happening.
Well, I saw a weed at the top of the garden a few weeks ago, and I thought, yeah, get round to it. I'll push for the gardener to come over. My son-in-law comes and helps out.
Oh yeah,
he loves messing about in the garden. I thought, yeah, we'll get him over. But while we were away, it's in flower. It looks absolutely beautiful. Massive yellow flowers. So I'm glad I missed the weed.
Yeah, we get there's one particular weed,
Dandelion?
willow herb or something. I can't.
Yeah.
Something like willow herb. It's so pretty.
What colour's that one?
Apparently, it's kind of like a cerise colour, like pinky-ish colour. But it apparently it's quite invasive. I was like, I just think it's pretty.
Oh,
Like all my lavenders are out in all my lavenders are out in flower as well at the minute, which is nice. It's pretty.
yeah. I don't know what this yellow thing is. I haven't googled it, but it's quite nice. So have you been doing anything?
Sorry, go on.
Well, sure, I can. I've got an app. I've got an app. I can take a picture and it tells me what it is. But
yeah, you can do that on Google. You can reverse image search on Google. That usually comes back with some quite good results. God, I need to clean my glasses. My God, they're filthy. No wonder I can't see.
But yellow wildflower, you've got thousands of them.
Yeah.
But it's quite tall.
I had one years ago in my old house, and it was yellow, and I could never find out what the hell it was, because obviously that was before the days of Google reverse image search.
Yeah.
It was a case of, I'm going to take a photo of it and message it to everybody I know. Do you know what this is? Nope. No, nobody knew.
No, I know it's not one of the standard ones, the celandine, the buttercup, the cowslip, the I don't even know. No, it's not toad flax. Might be a tansy. I need to go and look at the leaves.
I don't know.
It's just a beautiful bit of colour at the end of the garden at the moment. It's lovely.
Well, sure weeds are only flowers growing in the wrong place.
Yeah, they're naturally occurring flowers. Flowers you didn't plant.
Yes, exactly. I get a lot of forget-me-nots in mine, just literally scattered everywhere.
Yeah,
like they'll come up through the path and everything, and they're so pretty.
Yeah. Forget-me-nots will. I used to know the Latin name, Antipuccularium or something.
Oh, bloody hell! God. I wouldn't know. I never did Latin. Never did anything with Latin.
A guy that lived local loved his garden, and he gave me some, and he said, "Put these in the ground. They'll spread around." And I'm like, "What are they?" And Antipuccularium or whatever it was. I know it's not that, but yeah. Forget-me-not Latin.
Hang on a minute, my phone's ringing. Give me a sec.
Oh, okay. And there she was gone. There she was gone. Who else have we got in? Well, she's... Yeah, I like a bit of colour in the garden, Jenny. It's such a long garden. And I try and do, but I'm not capable of gardening anymore. I used to have a mass of lilies that came up naturally occurring, and they were lovely. But over time they've done the, no, I'm not growing here anymore. Not I'm down to the, oh, excuse me, I'm down to the precious few this week. Moo, did you tell Pops and Mrs. W the spider story? How could I not? Yes. So anyway, I better own up. I'm giving him the competition. I'm giving him the competition all the way on the fishing this year. We caught. It gets confusing because he fishes 2 rods, but only 1 counts. So on the rod that counts, when we were fishing together, we both caught 3 fish. But overall, I think he caught 9. But he went down on his own on the Sunday to use up the bait, and I left him to it, and I sat and I read my book. And bless him, he caught a sole. That for the first time ever, we caught a fish that was worth having to eat, that was big enough to eat, and that we wanted to eat, because there's things we could have ate but didn't want to, if that makes sense. There's no way we'd take a ray. There's so little fish on them and so much hard work, and even if it was big enough, we wouldn't take one of those. But where I have a few, I was just downloading pictures. Let's say share screen. Look at that one. So that's the sole. That's what we had for tea. That's Roger preparing it. We're still dancing. I was surprised how long they live out of water. It really did surprise me. And that is a good foot, because it's hanging over the edge of the chopping board, so it's a good size. And it was the first time I'd ever eaten sole. That's one of Roger's rays. We caught a few of those. That's another one, thornback ray. You can see the thorns there, like rose thorns. What else have we got? Oh, that's the place. That's the place I caught by proxy. I hadn't even got there. He'd put the rods out and managed to catch one before I even got down there. So I don't remember. Oh, we don't have that one. What else have we got? That's it, I think. That's it, I think. On those. I haven't got round to sharing the sorting out the pictures onto this machine yet. So I'm just not organised for the day. Jenny's got strawberries and blueberries. We've got some strawberries. I need to go out and see what's happening there. But we came back and our fat cat's a skinny cat. She decided she wasn't going to eat at all while we were away. so yeah, really sulking because we left her. And since we got back, if she's not on Roger's lap, she's on my lap or curled up at the bottom of the bed. She doesn't seem to trust us anymore.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, back.
Hello. Sorry, sister-in-law. Emergencies.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Just the little one's taken a tumble, that's all. But all good. It will be anyway. Kids.
Who'd have them? Mind you, saying that, I was at an awards ceremony again last night.
Ooh, what's he done?
It was the granddaughter this time. She got a certificate for.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Hang on! Oh god! I've pressed buttons. Hang on! Oh god! Oh Jesus! Hang on! I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, my granddaughter got an award for participating in extracurricular activities, part of a drama group within the school, and they like to recognise all achievements. So let's see if I can. Oh, my Facebook on here has gone all weird. Search, there we go. There we go. There's my Eleanor and her certificate that she got yesterday. That's Kev, my son-in-law. He's very good as a dad-in-law. But
there we go.
Evening down at the Villa Ground.
I dropped my phone on my keyboard, hit some buttons, and then my camera just started flashing. So I've had to come out of everything and come back in. But it seems to be okay now.
Well, yeah, I could see you flashing.
I just literally dropped my phone on my keyboard and everything just went oof.
No.
So yeah, what's she done?
Well, the certificate says got an award for their contribution to our local and school community. It's because she participates in drama club and she did a play on the Adamses and she should have done an exam, but she caught a bug, so wasn't able to do it.
Oh, bless her.
It's just I don't know, the sort of things that schools give out certificates for these days.
Yeah, to be fair, they give them out for anything. It's all about the participation and all of that bollocks. But, oh my God, you smiled today. Let's give you a certificate for it. You've been really happy today. Let's give you a certificate for. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, but no, most of the awards for who's progressed most in French and maths and English and science and this, that, and the other, and but I don't care. I don't care what it was for. She got a certificate.
I've still got a folder full of all of my lad's certificates from when he was at school. But he's got literally like a stack of them. Love it. I fished him out once and was going through them with him, and he was just there going, "Oh my God, Mum, really, really?" I was like, "Look at what you did." He's there going, "Oh, fuck off, woman, Jesus Christ." Yep, big up the ghosters, big up the lurkers, big up the stalkers. Yeah.
We can't have any lurkers. There's only 9 watching.
Yeah, but there's like 4 people chatting. Of course we've got lurkers. You know this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't know the truth actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 participants there. Moo isn't listed there, so that's 7. Oh, 2 lurkers.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't start yawning. You'll have me at it.
Oh God, I've been yawning all
What you've been
day.
doing while we've been away anyway?
Sweet fuck all, to be perfectly honest. Adjusting to my new meds, which has been interesting. I've never been on these ones before, so yeah. I think the first 2 days, I think I just slept. They knocked me straight out. I was like, I'm like a bit of a zombie anyway on them. But the first couple of days, it was horrendous. Excuse me, sorry. And apart from that, and hospital appointments and tests and all of that, yeah, not a great deal, to be honest. Just bumbling through life, to be fair. Just bumbling.
And how are you in yourself? That good.
I've been better, but I've also been worse. Let's put it that way. But I have not yet tried to take my toaster for a bath. So,
you know there are easier ways of cleaning it.
Fuck that shit. Life's too short. Just blow the fucker up. Actually, you say that. I was meant to leave the house today. I was actually meant to leave the house yesterday as well, and the day before that, and the day before that. I haven't left the house. But I said to myself yesterday, no, I really do have to go out today. I need shopping. I need bits and bobs. So instead of leaving the house, I cleaned the house from top to bottom instead as a huge distraction to stop me from going out. I am winning at life.
So what are you going to eat?
I've got food. I just, you know, when you just need the little bits.
Yeah, I mean, my freezer is absolutely rammed. There's not a lot of room in my fridge now.
As is.
And here we look at
Lizzie, you're beautiful.
No, I'm not, Holly, but that's very kind of you to say so.
No, you are. You're beautiful.
I've got no
I love your hair.
I've
I'm
got
sorry,
no
darling,
confidence.
if you didn't want me to click you up while you were still there. I thought you
No,
were being
look,
brave.
I sent you a photo to show that I'm genuine. You know, I'm not some what do they call it? You know, troll.
We know that,
Um,
though.
but I've got no confidence, so I'm afraid I can't show my face.
I show
But
my face
you know,
just to spite everybody.
you did see me, so you know I'm real. I'm
Yeah,
not an
yeah.
AI or a bot or something.
No,
And you
seriously,
don't,
I show my face just to spite everybody that hates me.
Holly, but you see, you women are beautiful,
Yeah, but
and
you are as well.
you've got confidence. But anyway, I don't want to make this about me, for God's sake.
but no,
I'm sorry that I haven't got the confidence, but I don't want it to be about me. You're going to have to just listen to my voice, I'm afraid.
That's
that's
fine.
fine.
We can do that. Not an issue.
But that's the thing. Nobody on here really has confidence. We have a persona. I have a persona that is confident. That is the persona that got up and sung on stage. But that's a persona.
Everybody has their own hang-ups and stuff.
Oh, please don't think that I think I'm wonderful, or I'm certainly not a narcissist or anything like that. I've never had any confidence, so it's nothing to do with thinking that I'm.
There we go. Look, all women are beautiful depending from what angle you look from. Yes, Roger. Absolutely.
I've now got visions of him going, yeah, top of your head looks lovely.
Is that from behind, Roger? Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, most blokes are actually taller than us, so they literally see the like the top of our heads. That's what they see, and we see up their noses.
Good evening, Phil.
You know, it's like there's a TikTok trend going around. Set your camera up at your boyfriend's eye level and use a certain lens on it and film what he sees. You film yourself looking up at the camera. And this woman did it, and oh my God, it was hilarious. I think I shared it on my Facebook ages ago, and she was just like, "You are joking. This is not what he sees. Oh my God, no wonder he doesn't take me seriously. Uppies, uppies." She was like, "I look like a toddler."
Well, I don't go anywhere near a camera if I can help it. I had to have some photo. I actually went into town today. Actually, it was a big thing for me. I went into
Well
town
done.
and I had some photos done because I need to renew my driving license because it's expired. I didn't even know it could expire, but it's expired. And so I had some photos done. Well, obviously, I wasn't very happy, but it'll have to do. You know, needs a lot of filters, but obviously can't do that with a driving license photo. Went and spent a load of money that I haven't, on a load of old rubbish. I bought some nice slip-on crochet shoe things, and a top and a pair of shorts from Poundland.
Ooh, get in.
Well, actually, they were actually quite nice for Poundland. But then I was probably because I was a bit bored last night, so I spent 115 quid at Next.
Ooh, ooh, my kind of girl.
So I was bored, but luckily I've got a Next account so I can pay it off monthly. But yeah, so then I bought a load of old rubbish today, crisps and sweets, and although I went to the meat stall, so I spent 30 quid at the meat stall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been I think I've got to stay in for about 2 years.
Yeah, but
I've been
That's
on a bit
enough
of retail.
outsiding for now.
I've been on some retail therapy, I think.
but Lizzie, well done on going out and getting stuff, looking round. It's
Well done.
fantastic.
Well, I tried to go out without my walking stick because I've got a bad back, and but I got into town, and then I had an appointment, and I went to my appointment early because I needed to sit down, and then I got the walking stick out again because the back wasn't having it, so I couldn't really walk around town the way I wanted to, and I've just been diagnosed with angina, so I've got to have a little think about the smoking. But no, I'm all good. I'm actually planning on moving.
Ooh.
And potentially moving twice, but but moving once will be. I need to get away from here.
Yeah, I think it'll do you some good. Definitely.
I'm in a massive rut, and I haven't worked for a couple of years, and I need to go to the next phase of my life, if you like.
Yeah.
Start a new chapter.
Absolutely, because I'm old, but I'm not that old. So I don't want to be taken out of here in a box, so I've got to give myself a kick up the butt, and
So where are you thinking of moving to?
Well, initially I will be moving back to Essex to live with my family.
Okay.
Or my brother and sister. And then...
Is that with them or near them?
No, it's with them. Yes, it will be challenging. Yes.
I was going to say that could be interesting.
But then, when you're not a millionaire, you have to take what you can get.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So, but there's other plans in the pipeline, but I feel like I've come to the end of my chapter here, if you like.
Yeah, I felt like that about the place I'm in now, probably about 5 years ago. If not longer. I wanted to get out of this house for so long. But it's just one of those things that I've just never got around to doing it. It'll come. It will come.
Well, I think that also these days, Holly, back in the day, I upped and left and packed stuff in the car, and I turned up in a different county and I got a job, and things were different. I've lived in a caravan, I've lived in a shed, I spent a great summer in the shed at Mevergizzy in Cornwall.
Nice.
It was lovely. Obviously I knew I was living in their garden, but the things you do when you're young, but
yeah,
and I thought I would think nothing of hiring the Luton van and packing my stuff in it and going on to the next place. But obviously I'm a bit older now, so it's a little bit harder,
it can be.
It's for you.
All our phones are going off tonight.
But no, I've definitely got to put a plan in action, Holly, because otherwise I will just vegetate here.
Yeah.
I've been here 10 years, and I do believe that, look, I know this is going to sound like a load of old rubbish, but I moved in here when my dad died, and then a couple of years later my mum died, and I almost think it's been a sanctuary in some respects for me, but I think it's outlived its purpose.
Yeah.
Does
Is it
do you
starting
understand?
to yeah. Is it starting to become a bit more of a prison than a sanctuary?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Got it. And the thing is, so if you haven't got that sanctuary feeling in your own house, it's going to
Yeah.
mess with everything. You've got to have that equilibrium, or whatever it's called. It's the same with this house that I'm in. There's so many horrible memories in this house, and it's just everywhere I look. There's a memory that I don't want to remember. Do you know what I mean?
I'm so sorry, Holly.
It's one of those things. But thank you. But yeah, I've said for years I need a fresh start. I mean, at one point I was going to move out of the county that I'm living in at the moment. But then when I found out, obviously, that I needed like brain surgery and everything, it was like, well, no, I need to be near my parents just in case. So I've just kind of stuck here. But fingers crossed, once all that's done and dusted, I can start planning the future properly then. Because I'm kind of a bit stuck in limbo at the moment, because obviously I don't know what the future holds with regards to how I'm going to be after my surgery. So
yes. And have you got any idea when that surgery is going to be?
Nope, haven't got a clue. Although I have had the date for my angiogram now, so I'm having that at the end of the month. So yeah, hopefully after that I've got another couple more scans. So possibly within the next 6 to 12 months, I'll have my surgery.
Do you mind me asking, have you got a tumour or something?
No, it's an AVM, an arteriovenous malformation. Basically, when I was a baby and all my...
I'm sorry, I always ask you personal questions, Holly. So you can tell me to mind my own business.
Exactly, I can tell you to bugger off if I want,
yes.
But no, I don't make a secret out of any of it. It's basically when I was a baby, and all my blood vessels and arteries and things like that were developing in my brain. There's a cluster of them that developed in my left temporal lobe that developed into a tangle. So they're just all knotted up. What happens is, because they're in a tangle, they haven't got any capillaries slowing the blood down. So the blood goes around my head at full speed. And because it's a tangle, the pressures are wrong and things like that, and it can rupture. So I've been told I've got a 60 to 70% chance of this thing rupturing, which can either leave me disabled in a vegetative state or even kill me. So yeah, they've got to go in and cut it out, basically. Nice.
The thing is, you're a very eloquent young woman. You know, you're very knowledgeable, and you come across.
I don't know about that.
Well, take it from me, you do. It's a compliment, Holly.
Thank you. Well, I will take it as a compliment.
But you know, we don't know what. Just because, you know, it's like, you know, and I when I said that, I meant that as a compliment. But what I was trying to say was like, it's like, oh, I shouldn't really say this, but it's like this depression thing. I can come across as the most okay woman in the world, and I can do that, and I can scrub up, and I can look perfect, but well, not perfect, but you know, I can look okay, but nobody knows what's going on inside.
Exactly. You can sit there and have a smile on your face and be happy and jokey and all of this, and inside you want to die.
It's like you come across. I mean, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're a pretty lady, and no, you would never believe. I mean, I'm not saying I doubt you, but you would never believe there was something wrong with you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I've literally just gone back on the antidepressants as well. I'm going back into therapy as well.
What do you mind me asking? What antidepressants do you take?
They've put me on
The Traline.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on those.
Yeah, so I've been on them for about just under 2 weeks now. Is it 2
Okay.
weeks?
How are you feeling on them?
Oh, up and down. I have been very up. I mean, I'm up and down most days anyway because of the BPD and things like that. But like, these are kind of exacerbating it, as in the frequency of it, but not the what's the word? Intensity of it. So I'm getting more up and down through the day, but they're not as intense. And it's just starting to sort of level out a bit now. But I think the past couple of days, I've just been in a bit of a depression funk thing as they're settling into the system. I've literally sat and done stuff basically. I've gone like, can't be asked, don't want to do that, not doing that, not doing that, can't be asked. But I know that it is just the just the tablets that are working, basically. And I know, I know there's people out there that'll be like, you shouldn't be taking medications and things like that. And I'm a huge advocate for like doing things naturally, and I'm a big hater of big pharma. But I also understand my own mental health and other people's mental health, and sometimes you bloody need those chemicals in you. You need those tablets.
I totally agree with you, Holly.
Yeah.
If I could do everything with natural stuff and all the rest of it, then I would. But sometimes, I mean, I do believe that there are some, like, it's going to sound stupid, but like in the jungle and everything, there's a lot of plants and they've used them for hundreds of years and whatever. But I don't live in a jungle.
No, exactly. We live in the Western world where our life is about stress, our life is about money, our life is about keeping up with the bloody Joneses. What are we having for tea? How are we going to afford this? What are we doing at the weekend? All our life is stress. Now, there's a couple of live streams that I go on, and there's a guy that comes in. He's a Pakistani man, and do you know what? He is the happiest man in the world. He's like showing us that they've got like cows and buffalo walking up their street, and he's just so happy. And we're like, how are you so happy? And it is because they don't have all the stresses that we have. They don't have the 9 to 5, the rat race, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, this, you've got to buy that. They haven't got that stress, and they are so much happier.
Yeah.
And I think that is a massive problem in this country. Not only that, social media is a massive problem as well.
Yes.
Social media breeds depression.
Yes, I'm old, but I agree with that.
I saw a thing, and it was a CEO who said, I am sick of hearing from my staff, I need to leave work early. I'll be in late. I've got a doctor's appointment. He says, I don't need all that shit. I don't need it. But he didn't mean he didn't want them to take the time. What he was saying was, I've employed you to do a job. I trust you to do that job. And if you need to alter your hours or go to a doctor's appointment, and I trust you to still get your work done outside of those hours. I don't need to know the little nitty gritty bit. I trust you. And I thought that was so refreshing. And that's what more people should be like. Yes, I want you to do 30 hours a week, but you can do any 30 hours you like, because it doesn't have to be 9 to 5. As long as you fit it in around your personal life, your workload and everything else, that's what it should be. You need to get this done by Friday, and I trust you to do it. If that means you leave at work early today and come in early tomorrow, or go to your doctor's appointment and work late, does it matter? Does it really matter?
I don't think it does.
I thought that was so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Heather, you've got Roger, and you've got your children and your grandchildren. Holly, you've got children, I understand.
I have a child. I have a man-child. No. Well, actually, technically, I have two man-childs if you include me other half.
I was going to say,
sorry, if you're watching.
But you've got a son, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
How old is your son?
He will be 22 this year.
Oh my God, Holly, you don't look old enough.
I'm 40 this year.
22 herself.
But it's hard enough. Right, I'm on my own. I haven't got anyone else to be concerned about, unfortunately. But it's hard enough. I have my own issues and my own. If you've got a partner and you've got children, employers should be far more empathetic. Or empathetic.
They're not though. They.
Oh, I know. I know. I've worked for 40 years.
If you have young children and you go for a job interview, and you say, "I've got young children," instantly they're like, "That's an off put," because you're going to have to leave work at some point because your kid's going to be ill. You're going to be off looking after them. Your reliability, basically, if you have young children, in the eyes of an employer or prospective employer.
When I interviewed and I said, look, I know I'm older, they went, no, that's brilliant because you haven't got kids to worry about. And then it turned out that I had to have time off from my mother.
I love it.
Yeah, but this is what I don't like about employers. And remember, I have had a 40-year working career, so I don't like employers because they're not empathetic.
No. Company people.
No.
Company people is all about the money and the profits and the figures and how many hours they can squeeze out of you.
Absolutely. And they really don't give a damn.
If I walked into the office at 8:30, I was expected to start work, even though my hours were from 9 to 5. But because where I worked was so close to the motorway, if there was any issue, an accident or anything on the motorway, the side roads ground to a halt. So on the days where half the office was late, I'd be moaned at for not being there on time, but I never got any recognition for the day before when I'd done an extra half an hour.
Yeah. It's exactly the same with my place.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I'd be opening up and I would get there at say 8:15 because I was just like, I want everything to be ready to go by 9:15. So I would get everything done. And then when I'm like, look, can I leave like half an hour earlier on so and so? Oh no, you've got to book that off. Hang on a minute. How many times have I been in early? Even when I'm just starting a normal shift, I'm there quarter of an hour, 20 minutes early.
I'd regularly get, have you got your keys? I'd regularly get, have you got your keys? And it would be like, well, yeah, I always have my keys. That's all right, then you're locking up.
What?
Okay, then. So I've now got to make sure everybody's out before me so I can lock up. And if somebody needs another 10 minutes, I'm there for another 10 minutes, 15 minutes while they finish up. So, but if
you're just a number at the end of the day. Yeah, you should.
If you give that extra time, then you should be not rewarded for it, but
acknowledged at least.
Acknowledged, exactly, Holly.
Both ways.
Yeah.
So,
I remember when we were having like a refit, and a lot of us chipped in with moving shit around. And I mean, like, not just moving small items, I'm talking massive, like counters of stuff. And I ended up working well over 12 hours. Bearing in mind, I was only supposed to be doing a 5-hour shift.
yeah.
I ended up doing over 12 hours helping out. And I can't remember how the conversation came about, but our area manager was there at the time, who was actually our ex-manager. And I'd said to him, I says, well, you know, to be fair, I've been here over 12 hours. I says, I'm only meant to be on a 5-hour shift today. So, you know, cut me some slack. Do you know what I got told? No one asked you to be here.
Mm.
I was like,
I'm
and on
very
that
sorry.
note, I'm going fucking home.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm sorry, Gary. You don't have to be here if you feel like that.
Ooh.
You're the one watching, Gary.
Charlie.
And you know that you're not going to go anywhere.
I thought you loved us, Gary.
No, he only watches us, so he's got something to complain about.
That's all right. I don't care. I don't care. It's another night. It's somebody else watching. And we're just catching up on
Oh dear God. I don't know, Gary.
Oh,
what do you
God.
call a nun on a bike?
I think I've heard this one.
I know I've heard it. I can't remember.
Yeah. Right, come on. What do you call a nun on a bike?
God. Virgin Mobile.
Oh my God.
That was actually quite good. Oh, I'll give you that. Well done. Well done, Gary. Well done.
It was crap, actually.
I'm just really easily giggled at the moment. Again, I blame the tablets. I'm depressed one minute, manic the next. So, oops.
Ollie, if I know you don't really know me, but if you ever want to talk, Mrs. W, sorry, Heather has got my details, and or I could contact you directly if you wanted. But if you want someone to talk to,
Are you not friends on Facebook?
Someone to vent with, you know, I mean,
do you know what? And I always say this to people, and I always say, do not take this personally, but I am the worst person. Seriously, ask Heather how terrible I am at keeping in touch with people. Honest to God,
I understand that. Really. I mean,
because of like me ADHD and things like that, I've got what's called it's object permanence, but with people as well. So like it's an out of sight, out of mind thing. It's like I can be in a different room to Grumps and forget he's in the house.
really?
That's how bad it is. Yeah, that's how bad it is for me. And he'll walk into a room and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Roger does that.
Well, okay, the offer's there. If you, I mean, apart from having 30 odd years of depression experience, unfortunately, I think I'm treatment resistant. I used to be a mental health advocate for Rethink, but I'm not.
Nice.
I'm not. I'm not saying that. Roger said he forgot I'm there. I'm not saying that from a professional point of view, or you know, be my client.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm saying that as a friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do.
Because I do understand how you feel.
But we're all there
It's
for one
bloody
another.
hard. What was that, Heather?
We're all there for one another, aren't we?
Yeah, of course we are.
Heather's been lovely to me. She's I've spoken to her a couple of times on the phone, and
She's
we sometimes
wonderful.
communicate by text, and yeah, I feel really comfortable with you guys.
Good.
And it's really nice because I don't have a network, let alone a support network. So it's taken, it takes me a lot to do this.
But that's what this is for. Because let's face it, none of us are going out clubbing on a Friday night.
When was the last time I did that?
Ew. Give me jammies.
When I was 18, I spent my Monday nights in heaven in Soho. I used to have a life back in the day.
I did when I was younger, but I did it so much that I got it out of my system, because I was like going out like Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. And yeah, I literally got it all out of my system in the space of like 18 months. I did all the drugs under the sun. I drank every alcohol known to man. And yeah, I burnt it out of my system. I also burnt myself out, but there we go.
Well, when I was 18, I'd go out every single night of the week. I mean, it did help that we knew, I mean, drinks were cheaper in those days, and we did know the owners of the club and all the rest of it. But, I actually went into a pub about 3 weeks ago.
Ooh.
You devil.
Because I wanted to get something out of my system, and I spent about 50 or 60 quid. I was like, what?
Yeah, I used to be able to go out with 30 quid and come home with change and come home absolutely pissed as a fart.
Yes.
Now you can barely get a taxi for bloody 15 quid.
Exactly.
When I was a kid, 16, 17, 18, because I was drinking at 16, I'd have a pound and some change, and I'd get the bus into town, into the local town, not the city, because people call city the town. I'm going into town, the city. But I'd go into the local town, to my local pub. I'd buy half a lager and lime, 10 number 6, and a box of matches, and play darts all night, and not have to buy another drink. So those were the days.
Heather, from what I've learned about you're a bit of a rock star.
Only in my old age.
No, but I mean, I understand you fronted a band and
only in my old age. I didn't do it as a kid.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know anybody in the music industry when I was younger. Well, apart from one lad who had a van.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a whole different story. He was a friend of my husband's. It's just so. When I got into music, and I met him again as part of the local musos, it was like, oh God, this is weird. But the majority of the lads that I knew were over in Lichfield and surrounding areas. And yeah, where are we? The last probably 20 years is pushing it a bit. The last 20 years. And I retired, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, because I got Roger and I was concentrating on that. So it was like my 40s into my 50s, and that was it. So not as a kid. never got any big breaks. I just had a bit of fun going out and singing.
Oh, I'd love to sing. I can't sing to save my life.
I can't dance to save my life.
I like to think I can dance.
I dance like an epileptic spider.
I haven't done anything with it, but I downloaded this app thing that was trying to make your voice better. But I haven't really gone into that yet.
Oh, is that oh God, what's it called? I keep seeing it.
Sing, and you they get your tone or something.
Oh, that one, because there's two different ones. There's Sing and then there's a different one. I used to use Sing, and then they wanted to charge me like a certain amount of money to actually use it. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I've only done it just to boost my confidence, sort of thing. But
it's a good little app.
If what it's doing is trying to get you to sing a note and hold it, that's actually quite difficult to do on your own without anything else with you. Singing a cappella is far more difficult than having somebody behind you. One of the songs.
I don't understand.
A cappella is unaccompanied.
Oh, okay.
Like no music.
So one of the songs we used to cover was "Unchain My Heart," which most people know. But it starts with a keyboard player and all twinkly bits on the keyboard, which was great when I got the keyboard player with me. But when we did it without a keyboard player, that first bit had to be done a cappella. And I always, I would say to the guitarist, give me an A, so that I knew where to start, because the worst thing is when they come in and you're not in tune with them, it sounds so goddamn awful.
Yeah.
Give me the note. So it started off with just a note on the guitar, the A, so that I could come in with "Unchain My Heart" on that note. So I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I was a bit like that when I was in the band as well. I was just like, I don't know where I'm starting. Give me something, for God's sake.
So you were a singer, Holly?
No, well, no.
And yes,
basically, my ex was in a band, and I started to join the band, and we were doing a lot of practice sessions, and then we split up. So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, when I was about 8, I got up to grade 7 in piano.
Ooh.
But sadly, I didn't pursue it.
I always wanted to learn an instrument, but the only one that was available at school was a cello, and that just didn't do it for me.
I love the cello.
Oh, I love it now.
I really love the cello.
Have you seen the
I
two
used to go to music school. We were sent to music school, and I played the cello. Yep, and I was crap at it. I had no interest in it. It was really embarrassing, actually. I mean, I was very young. I don't know. I was about 10 or 11, and the girl that I used to be in the class with, it was only me and her, and she was like real top notch at it. And I hadn't done anything from the week before, so I was like, It was like the bow was like, I hadn't got a clue. I had no interest in it whatsoever. I didn't like it. My poor parents bought us, they bought me a cello, they bought my brother a cello, and they bought my sister a violin, and none of us were musically gifted, shall we say. So that.
Oh, bless you.
So, but the piano, I got up to grade 7, and then I became a teenager, and then I remember one day coming downstairs and I wanted to play the piano and they got rid of it. I was mortified. But I think they thought, well, it's taking up too much room. They're not really bothered. So they got rid of it.
Yeah.
So, but I'd love to buy, if I didn't live where I live, I'd love to buy an organ or a mini piano.
The word is keyboard.
Yeah, get a
Pardon?
keyboard.
Yeah. I mean, personally, if I lived in a big palatial house, I'd like a nice little white, small grand piano.
That would be nice.
Right.
See, I used to play as a kid. My nan got me into it because she played piano, and she got me into it with keyboards and things like that. And so I was self-taught. And then when I got to secondary school, I had the opportunity to have proper lessons, and it was just horrendous. I hated my piano teacher. She kept slapping me with a ruler because I wasn't bridging my wrists. Yeah, seriously, I wasn't bridging my wrists because my nails were too long. So she kept slapping me with a ruler. I was like, "Fuck off!"
That's assault.
My driving instructor did that when I kept my hand on the gear knob. He got his ruler ready. No, it's back on the wheel.
Yeah. See, my driving instructor was my dad, so he could just literally go, "Bam, stop it."
Oh, well, my dad said to me, I am not teaching your mother to drive and I'm not teaching you to drive, because he knew it would end up in an argument. So he refused. He said, no, I haven't got the patience.
Well, my dad was an actual driving instructor, so he's awesome. He's got so much patience. So like when my lad came up to age of driving, I said to my dad, I said, could you teach him to drive? And he was like, yeah, happily. So yeah, and he got through his test February, passed his test. Second time. Or was it third time? I know it wasn't the first time, but yeah.
I don't think many people pass on their first time, to be honest. Okay, I stand corrected.
I passed first time. I passed.
Okay, sorry.
Well done.
I don't know.
I know it all downstairs did.
Yeah, but he started driving before before cars were even invented. He was driving horse and cart. That's how we learned to drive, through the caves, doing the cave drawings.
Yeah, well, Roger drove a Flintstone car.
Yeah, he did.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he's that much older than me. Every
Sorry,
time you insult
Sorry,
him,
Roger.
you insult me because he's 6 weeks older than me.
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're way younger.
Unfortunately, no. Maybe up here. Maybe here, but no. Not on birth certificates. But no, Gary, I do know that piano is that easy, because I've always had the ability to do things and play by ear, even though I can read a bit of music.
Oh wow, you were so lucky, Heather, to play by ear.
To be able to go, I want to play this tune, and it goes da 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 da. I've got an alto sax.
That's how I learned.
And I downloaded the sheet music for Baker Street.
Wow.
And it was very squeaky and very glitchy, but I could do it, which is where I wanted to be. But it's far too noisy in a semi. You annoy the neighbours. So
I'll be back in a minute.
Find a for that.
Back in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, Heather, I haven't really said hello to you, have I? Did you have a nice holiday?
It wasn't too bad, and the weather could have been better. As I say,
Yeah, I saw it was a bit.
It was very windy, very blustery, very grey. And yeah, I can do Jingle Bells and Happy Birthday and all of them. Not a problem. But as I said to Holly, because we're not smoking, there was no reason to go outside. So I sat in the cottage rather than sitting outside because it was a bit blustery. And so I haven't been out in the sun or the wind. So normally we come back brown or brownish. But it was time away. It was time away. And for the first, I find it very difficult to sleep during the day.
Okay.
But nearly every day, Roger was curling up and having a nap, and so was I. It was, I think we both desperately needed some downtime. So in that respect, it was wonderful. It really was. And as I say, the fact that my baby caught me a fish I could eat. And,
I did watch that. Yes, I know I had to ask what it was, but yeah.
It was Dover sole, and he skinned it and filleted it, and I popped it in a frying pan with some butter. And we hadn't got a lot in because it was the Sunday and we were coming home on the Monday. But I had got some frozen peas and some instant mash. So it was a gourmet meal of instant mash, frozen peas and sole with loads of butter. I hadn't even got any lemon.
Yeah, but fresh fish, you cannot beat that. Yeah,
it was beautiful. It really was. It was beautiful. So sorry, Gary, are we being too noisy? But no, as I say, I'm not going to bother learning an instrument now. I'll if ever I see a piano, though, I have to go up and plink on it. Yeah.
Well, I can't because I could probably do chopsticks now because it's 30 years since I played, but I would love to get a keyboard, and I would love to just do my own stuff on it. You know, I've got to get to learn to read music again.
Well,
I can read
reading music. You'd never forget reading music. You might forget what a crotchet and a semi-crotchet and all of that is. But when you know the tune, you know the length of note.
Yeah.
Picking up sheet music and trying to play a tune you don't know is one thing. That I could never do that. But as long as I know the tune, if the notes are there in front of me, sometimes I'll hit the wrong one because I'm not quite au fait because I forget. But you know where it's supposed to go. You know the tempo. You know the flow.
Yeah.
So in that respect, and you'll find keyboards all over the place. Silly little ones that are only a couple of octaves are pennies because they're there for kids. If you want a full-size one, that's another matter, and a proper, sounds like a piano, then they can be a lot of money.
I remember back in the 80s or the 90s, and you used to get these organs that they used to have all these coloured keys like red and yellow and green, and there was like the trumpet and all these other things that you could push. But well, we did have we did have a little organ up in the loft at my parents' place, but we haven't come across that yet, so I don't know where that's gone. But no, I
keep your eyes out. Check out second-hand shops.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
eBay,
you know,
pre-loved.
If I move back to Essex, then I definitely will. I'll definitely look at that. But living where I am now, God, the neighbours would be on the phone to the police, the housing association. They'd be like,
some of them have a socket for a headphone. You just stick the headphones in and ignore the world.
Yes, I've got to get used to these headphone things. I think I need them actually, but I'm starting to get into audio books. I haven't. I don't know what it is, but I used to read. I mean, I lost a lot of books that I had about 10 years ago. It's a long story. I had a lot of first editions and things like that. And I used to read a book in a night. And then something happened. I think psychologically, I'm not saying physically, because I didn't have the jab. But something happened during those couple of years, and I haven't even finished a book since then. I haven't got the concentration. I can't even watch a film. Something's happened to me. And I don't know what it is. Because
I know the sort of thing you mean, though, because I'll do I'll read I want to be doing 3 or 4 things at the same time.
Yes.
I'll be watching something on television. I'll be playing a silly game on my phone.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to read a book and listen to the television at the same time. And I can't concentrate properly. I can't just...
Yeah.
My brain wants to multitask.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
It's very odd. And it concerns me more because I haven't had the jab.
Yeah, but I've been like this for quite a long time now. So maybe it's something that happens to us menopausally.
Well, apparently
you're going through those things that we have to go through. One of the things that happens is your brain starts to function differently.
Well, it's really odd. I mean, apparently I was postmenopausal at 31. Postmenopausal. But I feel like I'm going through the menopause now. In some respects.
Oh, you do, because obviously I'm postmenopausal now, but I'll still get hot flushes and things.
Oh, so do I. And I thought I was supposed to have gone through this 20 years ago. But it's another weird, and it's probably nothing, but I was talking to my sister earlier, and she's really... I know it's going to sound weird, I know, and obviously you don't really know me, you don't really know Nikki, but I was supposed to be the brainy one, and it's reversed. I'm no longer the brainy one. She's the brainy one. I've started eating sweets and crisps, and she's stopped eating all that. It's like we've had a role reversal. It's really weird.
But I think that tends to happen. That where you were, what you were doing as a child, so to speak, your tastes change. As a kid, I loved Coca-Cola. I can't stand it now. I wish I could go off sweets, because that's one of my big problems. I've got a hellish sweet tooth. So when it comes to sweeties and cakes and things like that, that's my go-to. And I need to leave them alone. But hello,
Holly.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's
but if you
really weird.
If you're going to start a new chapter, Lizzie, you can make the changes that you need to make.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, going back to the sweets, I said to my sister, I'm going to put all the bags of sweets I bought today on the settee, and I'll send you a photo. And she said to me, "Oh, I've stopped eating all that." It's really weird. She said, she said, actually, her words were, "I'm becoming a savoury sausage," and I'm normally the savoury person, and we're having a complete mix. I don't know. It's really weird.
But that's what I mean. Your taste buds do change. As I say, for me,
yeah, but I don't want to be eating a load of sweets. But you want to see how many bags I bought today?
Oh, but that's because you don't know what's going to satisfy the yearning. I do exactly the same.
I'm going to send you a photo on Messenger, Heather.
I'm
going to show you the rubbish that I bought today.
I do exactly the same. I'll go out and I'll go, do I want jelly babies or do I want chocolate? I don't know, I'll buy both. Well, what should I get for Roger? Should I get him a Mintero or a bar of dairy milk? I'll get both. But,
I don't know. What you doing, Holly?
Messaging.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just texting. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, very rude. Very, very rude.
We'll let you off. We'll let you off.
Heather, I've had my date through for my angiogram.
Okay.
24th of this month.
Is that over here?
Yeah, they're not going to have me in until about 12. She said, "Oh, we know that you're coming from quite far away, so we'll put you on the afternoon schedule, so I don't have to be there till 12," which is really nice because the last couple of appointments they've sent me, it's been like 7:30 in the morning.
That's not good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so which means trying to get across Birmingham at rush hour. I'm like, yeah, no, not happening.
How far away, Holly, do you live from Heather and Roger?
It's about an hour and a half.
Okay.
I think.
I was going to say, normal people driving, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't know how Grumps does it in an hour.
Pure luck. Let's just say luck.
Because when we met up, and I do 70 on the motorway if I can. So, it's not like I poddle along at 50 or anything silly. But that took me best part of an hour and a half to get to that pub, and I wasn't even at yours there.
Mm.
But I did come via Junction 10, which I think was a mistake.
Quite possibly. More than likely. Yeah.
But that was before they started doing all the work on there. But I think that's it. I think I've killed it.
No. What on that? Is it flashing at the bottom? It'll flash.
It's just no smoke. No, nothing.
Those things are evil. Those things. I had a really bad thing for the grape flavored one, and what was the other one? The strawberry one. It was just like
ice.
No, it was like a strawberry custard type one. I only ever found it a couple of times, but every time I saw it, I was like, I've got to have that one.
Strawberry ice. Yeah, that's dead now. So, but I just found it, and it's like, oh, there's still some life in that one. I'll kill
I think I've still got one kicking around in my car somewhere.
Yeah. I've got a feeling they'll turn up and for months. But
they will. They will.
If there's any left, it is only one. I think I've done them. Yeah, I know there wasn't much life left in it, so, but it sent me through tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But neither of us took our vapes on holiday.
So you didn't smoke and you didn't vape, either of you? Well done. Bravo.
I think that's amazing.
You know what you should do now? Throw all your vapes out so you're not tempted.
I'm gonna pass it on. I'll pass it on to my daughter, and because she needs to stop. She's been vaping. She quit smoking years ago, but she's still vaping. So she needs to now get out of that habit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you've just done amazing, because I would literally climb the wall.
no,
I'm not proud to say this, but I've been smoking 40 years. I would climb the wall,
and you get
and
yourself.
I would go totally insane.
You don't.
I've been smoking since I was 11.
So yes, and me, Holly, 11.
Oops.
And I'm older than you, obviously.
I started smoking, and then I kind of stopped, and then I started, and then I stopped, and then I started. And then when I got to about 18, 19, that's when I started smoking properly. So yeah, 20 odd years.
But me and Roger have been smoking over 50 years.
Yeah.
I think you've done amazing, Heather. You and Roger have done amazing.
But if you get into the right state of mind, you don't need it. I've got a couple of Alan Carr's books.
Oh yeah, so have I, Heather.
And
I haven't read it.
Do.
And I've had it over 10 years.
Read it. Pick it up and read it, because it helps to get you into that state of mind where, and it's stupid things like you'll go a good 8 hours of a night sleeping. If you were addicted to it so strongly, if the withdrawal symptoms were that bad, you would not be able to sleep for 8 hours, which is a fact.
I heard, right, and I'm not disputing you, but I heard that, like, when you're asleep, you don't have the cravings.
We don't, because they're not that bad. It's habit. That's all it is. It's habit.
Yeah.
Your brain says you need it, so you believe it. But once you can convince your brain that you don't need it, then you don't.
Well, this is how I quit. It was last year. Like, I was sat in the surgical assessment unit in the hospital, and I'd been there all day, and I was like, I'm not going out for a cigarette because A, I can't walk that far, and B, I literally don't want to move. I feel so ill. And I was like, I'll just have one when I get out. I'll just have one when I go home. And then I got discharged like 8-9 hours later. And I was like, oh, I'll have one outside. And I got outside, and then I was just like, oh, I'll have one when I get home. And I got home, and I was just like, I've gone all day without one. What am I doing? I don't need one. And I quit there and then.
But last time I was in hospital, I'd gone days without anything. they turned around and said they couldn't release me till I got my medication to go home with. And that was when I asked them what I was taking home. They said, your nicotine patches. Well, the nicotine patches were what they were going to get for me when I arrived, because I was a smoker and couldn't smoke. So I'd had all that time in hospital, I forget how many days it was now, where they were going to give me nicotine patches, but never got round to it. But the first thing I did when I could get out of bed and get out was go outside for a cigarette. And it's like, whoa. Yeah. But my brain said it was what I had to do. It's what I needed to do. But at that point, I should have gone, no, I don't need it. I don't want it. But chances are Sunday, there'll be something going round and I'll have a little bit of something. But I won't want anything again on Monday. Because I've done that. When people around smoking, it's like, do you want a beer or do you want a cigarette? And it's like having a drink. Do you want a beer? Yeah, okay then. Do you want a cigarette? Yeah, okay then. Do you want another one? No, fine. Did nothing for me. Not interested.
Well, I think you're both very strong, and and I respect you both for that, because it's not easy.
A lot of my issue, though, with my health was that I couldn't breathe properly. I still can't breathe properly, and that was a massive thing for me. I was like, well, it's scary not being able to breathe. So I was like, I don't need to smoke. In fact, I shouldn't be smoking. And yeah, going all day without one, I was just like, sod it, I'm done with it. Don't get me wrong, I'm still getting cravings. And, sometimes, especially on these meds at the moment, I'm just like, like impulsiveness, like, give me a cigarette, give me a cigarette. I'm literally like having to stop myself from saying to Grumps, can I borrow your backy? And I'm
can
like,
I borrow your backy?
Yeah, can I borrow your backy, love? Can I roll a stick?
But if you did, you go, actually, I don't like that. I don't want that.
Yeah, I'd probably have 2 puffs on it and go, what the fuck is that shit?
Exactly. And it may actually help you go, no, I don't want to go back to that. I don't want that. And it's just me saying, I want it.
Yeah.
Well, I started coughing really badly about a month ago, and the doctors gave me inhaler. I mean, I had asthma as a child, and I had an inhaler and another thing which was called a spinhaler. And when I was 6, I mean, you'll remember this, Heather, but Holly won't. But 1976, it was a heat wave, and it was really hot. And my dad had to carry me up the stairs. I was only 6 because I couldn't even walk up the stairs. And my mum always said to me, she kept trying to, she said, if you ever smoke because you've got asthma, you're going to die. Well, obviously that was true, but they've now given me an inhaler and my coughing has stopped. So I'm trying to get them to put it on a repeat prescription, because my coughing and my breathing has been so much better. And I even bought one of those when I got diagnosed with that angina thing. I bought that what's it called, a oximeter, whatever. What's it? Where you put your finger in it. And
yes,
yes.
Yeah.
It's something oximeter, something.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yes, and do you know, I'm so stupid. When I first got it, I tried to put my finger in the other end. I thought, oh my God, this is so painful.
How does this work?
Oh my God. And then I realised I had it the wrong way round.
Oh, bless you.
I thought, well, yeah, it might help if you read the instructions first. But no, nothing's, it's not. I seem to be normal. Well, as normal as I'll ever be. Normal in that respect, anyway. So no, but it has made me think about smoking, and I don't think I'll ever give it up. My dad smoked when he started smoking when he was 8, and he died at 79. One of the things he had was COPD, obviously, but he never wanted to go on oxygen because he said, well, I'll have to give up smoking and the damage is already done. So I'm not going to sit here with an oxygen bottle. I mean, he worked for 48 years in the NHS. He used to work in the laboratories. And so, he had an understanding of medical stuff. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it. The damage is done. And I kind of feel that way myself. It's like, obviously it will help me if I cut down. I don't smoke that much anyway. So I only smoke 10 to 15 a day. But even if I cut down, that's going to be better than nothing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always thought that. I always thought, like, I've smoked for so long and I was a heavy smoker as well. I was like, nah, giving up it's not going to make me feel any better. It makes me feel 100 times better.
I haven't had that.
Give it time, though. I haven't smoked. I haven't smoked for about 13 months, though.
Yeah.
I
think I've told you before. My mum had a friend who had one a day. After her evening meal, she had one a day.
Yeah.
My mum never smoked, but she lived in a house full of smokers. And every Christmas dinner, apparently, please don't ask me why, but my mum used to have a puff on my dad's cigarette. It was like a tradition. And then I remember once we were sitting out in the garden, and we were sitting on the seat, and I was talking to my mum because I was moving out, and I'd bought my first property when I was 20. Well, my only property, but anyway, that's another story. And I was moving in with this bloke, and I don't think they were very happy about that. And we were having this little mum and daughter conversation, and she went, "Oh, have you got a fag?" I went, "What?" So I give her this fag, and she sort of puffed on it for a little while, well, a couple of puffs, and she obviously didn't want it. And I thought, what? I've never understood that. But yeah.
But sometimes it's that whole, like you say, routine. It's like your mum, Christmas Day. It's got to be done. It has to be done. And then you can go, actually, no, I don't want to do that.
My mum was a massive passive smoker, thanks to the rest of us, but she wasn't a smoker. But it was a tradition at Christmas dinner. Very strange.
Yeah, my nan was like, she wasn't a smoker, but everybody else around her was.
Mm.
So like we always smoked in the house and everything, even though she didn't smoke. And then I got to a point where I was just like, no, this is wrong. I'm going to smoke outside. So literally everybody else would be smoking inside and I'd go smoke outside.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Like, no, I'm not contributing to it. And then eventually everybody sort of started to follow suit and everybody would then go smoke outside.
My mum always said we could smoke indoors and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I would always go outside because it also meant I smoke less.
Yeah,
you don't
absolutely. Yeah.
If you're in an environment where you can smoke, that's where you're more likely to chain smoke if you're not getting anything from it. Well, I don't know how long it's been since I've got anything from a cigarette, so yeah. I was getting to the point where I'd put one out and light another one because I couldn't remember even having it.
Yeah.
But
my
biggest, I'm not going to have one.
Yeah, my biggest time was things like this, sitting on live streams. That's when I would chain smoke.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what it is about being on a live stream that makes me want to smoke so much.
I think sometimes it's when somebody else is there doing it in front of you.
Possibly.
Well, I'm glad you can't see me then.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh God, sorry.
No, it's one of those things. I learnt to hear the sound at work because a client would phone up and they'd be talking to me and I can hear in the background, and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you sit and have a cigarette while you're talking to me, and I'm at work and I'm in the office and I can't have one. Stop going in my ear.
Bless you.
I'll put this one out and I'll be a bit more.
No, you're all right, darling. You're all right. It's not an issue. I'm gonna,
We're all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a second though. I'll be back in a moment.
Okie dokie.
Are you going to go check on Roger? He's behaving himself.
He is. We can see him in the back room. Actually, he's
yeah, but
he's
you,
down
I can't. You can.
I think he's awake. Are you awake, Roger? Roger, move. There we go.
Don't say that. Roger, move.
I think I just woke him up. I'm really sorry. I think I just woke you up. I'm so sorry. Just going to go and put my foot in my mouth now. Sorry. Oopsie. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say now.
There's a lot of things that you've said, Holly, about the way you are that resonate with me. And I think
I'm a complete Fruit Loop.
no, I wouldn't say that. No,
I am though.
That's not what I meant. I'm more of a Fruit Loop than you are.
I'm actually crazy.
Look, come on! I've got nearly 20 years' experience on you, so thank you. I'm more of a 20-year-old, Fruit Loop than you are.
Okay,
but no,
I'll give you that.
About the ADHD thing.
Yeah,
it's something that's starting to concern me, and just stuff that's just stuff. And maybe at some point, Holly, I do want to talk to you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to talk to someone that was, you're very intelligent, and I've said this before and all the rest of it. So maybe at some point we can have a chat about that.
Yeah, we can, definitely. Most definitely.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Heather.
But you're right, I am batshit crazy.
Is Roger all right?
I wasn't checking on him like Holly said.
Oh, okay.
And he's big fat belly. Have you seen that belly, Holly?
I woke him up. I'm really sorry. I woke him up. He looked like he was looking at the TV, and I was just like, Roger, move! And all of a sudden he was just sort of like, what? And I was like, starts rubbing his eyes. I was like, oh shit, I've woke him up.
Oh, he does. He drifts off at the. Yeah. No, I had to go to the tinkle area.
I feel bad waking people up. I should have just put him on camera.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I keep hovering over it and hovering over him and thinking, shall I, shan't I?
I know this is a bit random, but I know that you've got a cat, Heather.
Yours.
And your cat is Roger, and the cat they're quite. He likes the cat.
Yes.
He
likes his pussy.
Well, I'm sure he does, but I had a cat ages ago, and when I moved, I split up with a boyfriend, and I took the cat back, and the only man she liked, sort of obviously echoed her mother, as in me. The only man she liked was my dad, and it was lovely when Dad got ill, and it wasn't lovely when Dad got ill, but it was he responded to Jessie. She was a black cat and all the rest of it, and I'd taken her home when I'd split up with the boyfriend, and Mum and Dad paid for all the injections and all the vet stuff and all the rest of it, and I couldn't take her away again because she'd settled in so well. And when Dad died, it was awful because Jessie just dropped. She wasn't a very big cat anyway, and she was so scrawny, and it looked like we were abusing her. But I still believe she was suffering from depression.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not being funny. The cat at the run of the house, she had all the food she wanted, she had all the love she wanted, but I really think that she was suffering. I think pets can suffer depression. But my point was, my sister has just got a cat, and I'm really hoping that it's going to give her a bit of focus in life. My brother and his mate were doing some work around someone's house, and this woman couldn't look after the cat, and my brother said, "Oh, I think my sister would like a cat." She did used to let a few strays in and all the rest of it. So now she's got a cat. So I'm hoping it's going to chill her out a bit, and it's going to give her a bit of focus and a bit of responsibility. Because when you haven't got any focus in your life, you don't have anything to,
to focus on.
Yeah. I mean, Heather's got Roger. Holly's got Mr. Grumps. I'm sorry, I don't know his name.
I don't use his real name anyway. It's fine.
But, and we all need a little something. We all need somebody or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really hoping it's going to be. The cat seems to have taken to my sister, and my sister has taken to her, and I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that is good. That is good.
We don't have men. I'm fed up with men. I don't want to. I'm done with men.
Boys. Yeah. Boys. Yeah.
Well, and obviously a cat or a dog is going to be a hell of a lot easier.
Oh yeah,
they are actually. And it doesn't matter, especially with a dog, it doesn't matter if you leave the room for 5 minutes or 5 hours, that dog is still going to be just as happy to see you. I mean, my boy, when I walk back in a room, my boy goes absolutely potty for me. And
what dog have you got, Holly?
I have a Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua?
So he's not really a dog. He's not really a dog.
Yeah, but it's so true, though. Men do not. When you walk in a room with a man, he doesn't give you the same kind of. I don't know. He's not so excited, is he? Well, in my experience, unfortunately,
they are sometimes. But sometimes. A dog is consistently happy to see you. A man isn't.
Yes, exactly.
What's the old one? Lock the dog up in the car for an hour and lock the woman up in the and see who's happy to see you when you come back.
Yeah, exactly. Do that with a bloke. Lock them both in the boot of the car and see which one's happy when you open it.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got the dog. I've also got the cats as well.
Oh my
like
God,
the
how
dog,
many cats have you got?
I've got 4.
Are you becoming a cat woman?
No, I'm actually decreasing the amount of cats that I've got.
Look,
Well,
look, if anyone's going to become a cat woman, I'm old enough to, so you can't. You're too young.
Well, 2 of them are practically outdoor cats anyway, and 2 of them are indoors. But yeah, they've all taken to Grumps, especially Archie, my Chihuahua, who he doesn't like anybody. He had a bit of a traumatic upbringing before he came to me, and he's had serious trust issues with humans. But he absolutely loves Grumps to pieces. Like literally first thing in the morning, the dog gets a cuddle before I get a cuddle. Oh yeah.
It's like Roger with the cats.
Yeah.
I'll say, what did you say? And he's like, I was talking to the cat.
I can believe that as well. I can believe that, Heather. Sorry, Roger.
Yeah. Madness.
It was like Bessie. She didn't like men. She hated men. I know. When I got her as a kitten, there was thousands of cats, and it was mayhem. But she didn't like men, but the only man she took to was my dad. And my dad wasn't particularly a cat person or a dog. Well, he grew up with dogs actually, but we never had a dog. So, but my dad and the cat, they became soulmates. It was lovely.
They say that about cats. If you don't like a cat, the cat will come and curl up in your lap. If you want the cat to come and curl up in your lap, it's like, no, don't want to know.
Mm-hmm. I think they're very intelligent cats, actually.
More intelligent than people give them credit for.
Yes, Heather, I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, Roger keeps it. The cat's not eating. The cat's not eating. Give her a bit of chicken. Now tell me she's got no appetite and she's not eating because she's just ate half a chicken breast.
Yeah. They know how to play you.
Oh God, yes. Yes. She knows if she leaves her normal food behind, she will get something in the way of a treat. And of course, when we're away, she's tried it. It hasn't worked because there was nothing in the fridge. So there was nothing for my daughter to give her. It was cat food or nothing. I hadn't even got a tin of tuna. But no, she's lost so much weight. She has lost so much weight.
She is a bit of a porker, though, so it won't do her any harm.
No, she's skin and bone.
No, she's not. She was porky the last time I saw her.
You can feel every bone down her spine and every rib.
I don't think that's... I'm sorry, Heather, but I remember
How
what
has
Jessie
she lost
was like.
that much weight?
I don't think that's a good sign.
How has she lost that much weight? Because she was porky when we came.
I know. But she's been off her food for a while. She picks at things. But when I took her to the vets, because we were concerned, they went, no, there's nothing. They did tests, said there was nothing wrong. But she's 16. She's on her last legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's playing her arse, and I only want chicken, ham, or best beef. And then
but Jessie was like that, so fussy. But she liked quavers though. She liked quavers.
See, I've got a video on my phone of my Marley, my black cat, eating the carrot cake that I made Grumps for his birthday. I was like, you little witch. Because I think I just literally put a piece down, turned around to get a piece of kitchen roll or something, turned back around, and she's literally got her face in it. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't you? I mean, not being funny, if you've been fed cat food all your life and the normal run-of-the-mill out of a tin or a packet or a pouch, if someone gives you a quaver or a carrot cake, wouldn't you be excited?
Possibly. Imagine my cat eats fruit. She's so weird. She likes apples and bananas.
Well, it's probably just different to cat food.
I've not known any other cat that wants to eat stuff like that, though. I'm like, well, mate, you're supposed to be a carnivore, not an omnivore. But yeah, she'll happily chomp away on vegetables and stuff like that. I'm like, weirdo cat. Very, very strange.
I can't see it doing her harm.
Oh no, it won't do her any harm, not at all. It's just odd. It's just odd behaviour. But then one of my other cats likes to drink the washing up liquid water out of the bloody washing up bowl. Which I'm just like, what are you doing? Surely your brain should tell you no.
Yeah, but Jessie was like that. She would never drink the clean water that we put in the bowl. She'd drink rainwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand them drinking, like water that's been standing for a bit, but washing up liquid water, bleach water, things like that. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
If you've washed something up, the taste of that must be in the water, whatever was on the plate.
Oh, God knows, though. But it's still foamy. It's still bubbly.
Soapy.
And she's got her face in it. And I'm like, what are you doing, you freak?
Just because we can taste soap doesn't mean they can't. It might taste nice to a cat.
Oh, okay. I never thought of it like that. Yeah, yeah.
It's gross.
Oh, I got Roger a treat earlier.
You got Roger a treat?
Yeah.
Should we need to know about this?
Me naked.
You asked him what?
If he wanted to see a picture of me naked.
Okay.
Are we about to get porn bombed by the host?
And what did Roger say?
Don't put it on here. People, it's open to other people can see it. It's not private, even though we haven't gone live or anything. But my brother sent me some pictures.
Oh, I would probably be careful about putting them online, though, because it's children.
It's me.
It doesn't matter to YouTube. It does not matter.
Is that you, Heather?
That was me.
Oh,
less than 2 weeks old.
That's cute as well. Bless you.
Do you know, you're lucky, Heather, actually, because to have a photograph like that, because I don't think, look, this is going to sound, I mean, all right, my birth was different. I was adopted, but I don't think they took photographs of babies.
My dad was quite a big photographer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've never actually seen a picture of me as a newborn baby, which is why I always said to my mum, "Am I adopted?" Because I was just like,
"Is that you?"
Why is there no photos of me? Oh, cute.
That's my mummy and my daddy.
You're beautiful, Heather.
Oh, that's lovely.
Shell shocked.
Oh, but your mummy and daddy.
Oh, that's adorable.
They're so happy. They're so happy.
Heather. Up there. that teddy is up there.
Oh my life!
Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Oh,
Look at the little abacus on the. Oh my
yeah,
God, that's
yeah.
going back some years, isn't it?
Oh,
Bless you.
That is my family. Don't ask me who the old lady is in the deck chair.
Great grandma.
I couldn't tell you.
grandma, grandma even.
Starting from the left, you've got my Uncle Doug, who was my mom's brother, then my mom, then mom's dad, mom's mom, my dad's sister at the back, and my aunt on the right, Doug's wife, Jean. And then front and centre, you've got me, old lady, and Gillian, my cousin.
Do you know,
Oh, that's adorable.
I know it's going to sound old-fashioned, but men were smart in those days.
Yes.
All right, there are still some men that are smart, but you know.
Is that your dad?
That's my dad.
You look like your dad.
Oh,
Look at the little face. Oh, look at that hair.
Where? That's not the one. What I wanted to. That's that one. That's me and my brother.
Oh, that's cute.
But there. That in the background is Criffle.
is who?
That mountain in the background is Criffle. So that
Where?
is us at Allenby, where we go fishing.
Oh, right, okay.
Wow.
As is that one. That one's not. Look at me brother in a tie.
Yeah.
Mum had this thing for me with these sort of half dresses with a pair of shorts underneath. That's Loch Lomond.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I'd love to go there.
Loch Lomond.
That's my wee cousin Debbie. That's my cousins Keith and Debbie. Me, my brother, my mother. And I wasn't allowed on the donkeys because I was too big.
No.
I was 11. That was me at 11. No idea where this train was. That's 11. Oh, look, I love my brother. 17.
Oh,
well, you've got beautiful colour hair.
Yeah, but I've gone from that to this. I was a ginge. Well and truly ginge. It's one of the reasons.
yeah, there's no mistaking that colour.
That's one of the reasons I asked him to send me some pictures, because I turned around and I said, I used to be ginger. But look at the lovely outfits. Those were homemade by mother.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah. We had that in the 70s, Heather. Mum used to make a dress, and she used to have two contrast or matching materials, and then me and Nikki used to get one type of dress, and she used to have the corresponding type of dress with the other materials. I'll have to send you a picture if I can find it at some point. But oh god,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, my mum used to make our clothes when we were younger. You know, if we had anywhere to go, like if there was a family function or something like that, mum would make us dresses to go in.
Yes.
Admittedly, some of the dresses that she used to put me in gave me bloody PTSD. I'm not going to lie. Oh my god. That's the thing. You look back at like the 80s and how like kids of the 80s were dressed, and then you look at how people dress their children now, and it's just like, we were done dirty in the 80s. The way we were dressed in the 80s was horrendous.
I don't think we were. It was done with love, and it was done with what they had and what they could do. I had a party dress, and it was a party dress that sort of had to survive many parties, and it's a completely different. You know, for a start, we were grateful for what we ever had, and we didn't question it. Whereas children today, it's like, oh well, I want this, I want that, I've got to be dressed as this, and you know, oh no, I can't have.
But were you forced to wear curtains?
Yes.
Yeah, but I actually like that.
Frills. I was forced to wear frills and fucking bows and shiny fucking shoes. Ugh.
But no one is forced these days, are they? Because the children are like, no, you're offending me. No, you're encroaching on me. You're encroaching on my space. You're not calling me by the pronouns that I want. You know, we didn't do that as children. We did what we was told. And I do kind of understand that perhaps we weren't given any leeway at all. But I do think today they're just too mollycoddled.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are.
I remember trying to buy clothes as a teenager, and it was just so restrictive what was out there.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I don't know. I disagree. I was like a bit of a casual, what they used to call a casual.
You're from down south, and it fashion over the country was different. It was amazing. I went out with a lad from Newcastle. I went up there and I went shopping, and it was like, oh my god, this is so outdated. The stuff that was in the shops was the stuff that I would have bought in Birmingham the year or 2 years before. So down south, the closer you were to London, the closer you were to having fashion. I mean, there was no such thing as anything like Carnaby Street in Birmingham. You got Oasis Market. That was the best you got.
I used to hang around with a few mods, and I used to go. I went to a Northern Soul night, and I looked so out of place. I don't know how old I was, about 18, 17. I looked so out of place, but all my friends were like mods, or you know, they were into the Northern Soul and all that kind of thing.
Do you want to see something funny?
Yes. Is that you?
Oh,
is that you?
That's me.
How sweet!
Look at the hair. Look at it.
Yeah.
You look gorgeous, Holly.
When I say to people, I literally had an afro as a kid, they don't believe me.
But with hair like that, what are you supposed to do other than let it be?
I know.
It's like me.
Holly, was your father Was your biological father?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
White as white.
Oh, okay.
It's just a bit of a throwback on the hair.
Well, my whole family on my nan's side has always had curly hair. And I think my dad has got curly hair as well. So I got both of it. Which I was just like, yay, thanks, brilliant. But
Oh, but
yeah,
it's lovely
that
though.
was,
It's lovely.
it was no.
Well, maybe it wasn't when you were a child, but
I mean, as I'm getting older, I'm actually losing the curl in my hair because I can now leave
yeah,
it to dry naturally and it doesn't end up out here, which I'm a bit like, oh, I'm a bit
agreed.
gutted about that. I'm a bit gutted
Yeah.
about that. You know, I
I've
still straighten my hair.
I've lost all the natural kink. I struggle now to get anything, to do anything apart from down
Yeah.
there.
I
Yeah.
struggle with mine. Apparently hormones, but then I haven't really eaten properly for over a year, so that's not going to help
Well,
either.
you should stop moaning and stop being a whore.
Sorry, what? What did that come about?
Oh, sorry, it's an old joke.
Did
Do you know what though? All this, we've got to eat this, we've got to eat that, we've got to do this for a certain part of our body, and we've got to stop eating this. Oh, for God's sake, it does my head in.
He's been in the fridge again.
If you've got a camera downstairs so you can watch him.
Huh, is that?
We're
What's he
watching you,
munching?
Roger.
What's he munching?
What are you doing?
Corn beef with what's that? Why is that light so bright? Corn beef with what? With cheese spread in it.
Oh, Roger, you slut!
The primula. The primula. Or the cheese and ham.
Oh, that is sexy, sexy stuff.
Cheese and ham primula.
Just slice of corned beef with that in the middle, then the corned beef rolled up.
Do you know what I used to like doing? You know the plastic cheese you can get? I would get a piece of ham and a piece of plastic cheese, put the cheese on top of the ham and then roll it up and eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the best snack ever.
Yep.
It's grown-up snackables.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I love snackables, Lunchables.
I like anything with cheese and ham.
Oh, I love cheese. I haven't had cheese for so long.
Well, ham's just another form of bacon, so yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yep, cheese, ham, bacon, you name it.
I've actually introduced
like
a few new. I've introduced a few new foods like certain hams. I found don't make me worse than I am, so I've introduced them. I found a gluten-free gravy as well that I've tried and doesn't seem to make me any worse. Admittedly, I'm not getting any better than I actually am right now, but I'm not getting worse. So there's that.
Well, the thing is, if you can introduce more types of food and different foods and things, and they're not actually making you worse or feel bad, then...
Oh, I feel bad anyway. I feel bad 24/7 because of it all.
Sorry. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm not ending up in hospital. Yay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing.
Exactly.
Are you all right, Mr. W?
Yeah, just very, very tired. I've been for a few days. It always catches up with me when we've been away. It's all the fresh
I noticed
air
that
and fishing and
your fishing gear's still in the corner.
yeah,
You've got to clean that.
I got some of it out into the shed. I did manage to get some of it out there today, but not all of it.
Okay, just checking up Just making sure you're all right.
No,
I
I'm
know
fine.
you're going to be all right because you've got Heather to look after you.
I'm alive. Sort of.
As I always like to say, I'm upright and not crying.
Yeah. I can feel my heart.
I'm going to remember that, Holly.
Yeah, when people ask how I am, I'm like, well, I'm upright and not crying, so I'll take that as a win.
Oh, totally. I'll remember that.
Oh, I got a lovely compliment off his mate while we were away. Because one of the things I took with us was some pre-cooked mince beef and some braised steak. I did a load of braised steak and bagged up some leftovers, for want of a better term, because I cook so much of it, so that I can just get it out and heat it up. And I took some of that away with us. And he came up on the second weekend, came over. Sue was still not particularly well. She had COVID, and it hits them hard when they have it. And I've gone, are you all right? Do you eat this, that, and the other? It's only simple. I haven't got a lot. Yeah. So I slap it on a plate for him. Braised steak, mash and peas again. We lived on mash and peas on the bench. And he's digging in and he's gone, you can cook, girl. Oh, what? Sorry, what did you say? He said, thank you. You can cook. That's lovely. Thank you.
It's nice, though, isn't it, when somebody's appreciative of
All
your
she
food.
gets from me, is there any more?
Well, every single meal I put in front of Grumps, I will hear him say, that's literally the best thing I've ever eaten. Every single time, he's just like, that was amazing, thank you.
But it's lovely to get a compliment. It kind of validates you when you're, especially when you're feeling really down.
14 years down the line, he's had it before, so it's just as good as last time. It's nothing outstanding anymore, is it, babes?
Right, there you go. You were going on about what you were wearing in the 70s and 80s.
Lay about.
You look like you were at a festival, Roger.
That was at a bike rally.
Oh, okay. Well, kind of same thing, I think.
Yeah, weekend camping with drinking and music.
Everybody else had nice modern sort of nylonish tents. There's me with the old scout tent, the big thick wooden poles.
Proper tent.
But I just think it's really nice. I don't know about you, ladies, but you can just spend one sentence a day just to say something nice to someone, and it can make the whole difference to their day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it can.
You know, I think it's so important. I really do.
Yeah, it is.
If you can't say it to somebody else, say it to yourself.
Yep.
But Roger, it doesn't. Sometimes that's very hard to accept.
It is. But you've got to be your own positive voice more than your negative voice. So what I mean by that is it's too easy for us to go, when someone gives us a compliment, for example, it's too easy for us to go, they're lying. Or that's not true. I'm not this, I'm not that. It's way too easy. And it takes a self-discipline to actually go, thank you, and not think about those negatives. This is something that I've been kind of working on lately, is things like that. So like the ruminating thoughts, and the negative way that I speak to myself. It's, you kind of fake it till you make it to start with. So like if I'm feeling like I look like shit, instead of saying I look like shit, I'd be like, I look all right today. And to start with, I'm just like, you're a fucking idiot. But eventually you stop telling yourself those bad things and you start listening to the good stuff that you're telling yourself. And it does work. It makes a hell of a difference.
But I feel so much better after cutting my hair because this is more me and I'm getting compliments. So I bet you're feeling the same, Lizzie, after having
Yes.
your hair done. You look in the mirror and you go, yeah, this is great. Yeah, it looks lovely. And that gives you a boost because you're not, actually, I need to do something with this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mess. This is a mess, but I can't do anything about this. Well, I could put a bit of slap on, but
I'll send you a photograph of me before I had my hair cut, Heather, and I would only do this to you because I trust you and I like you. You know, I'm not a TikTok influencer, and I'm not a get my face out there kind of woman and whatever. But I trust you enough now, so I'll send you a picture of me before I had the haircut and after I had the haircut. But I still can't. I still don't have the confidence to sit there and show my
I've
face.
got your profile picture on Facebook. I know what you look like before.
Well, that is me, and that is. There's no filters on that, but it was about 10 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, I realised it wasn't yesterday, darling. I'm not. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hang on a minute.
Roger,
she really is thin.
Oh, she is.
She is quite thin, isn't she?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, bless her soul.
But she's finding it easier to get around.
Poppet, she looks lovely.
She is finding it easier to get around and jump up on chairs and things.
Well, she ain't got a bloody great belly to lug up there, has she?
Poor thing.
But she was losing weight before anyway, because as I say, she keeps doing that. I'm not going to eat that cat food. I don't want that cat food.
No, Jessie was like that. She went off the food. Yeah. Yeah, but don't. I mean, I've gone off my food lately. I think we do go off food when we're older. I don't know. I know my mum lost a lot of weight, but that was after my dad died, and she didn't want to eat. But that could have just been bereavement.
Could be. See, my nan did that, but it was more of a. She was so used to cooking for my granddad or cooking for the family that when it was her, she was like, "Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered to cook for me." And I didn't really understand it until my lad left home, and then I was like, "Jesus, what shall I have for dinner? I'll have some cheese." You know what I mean?
I tell you what, my sister does. I love cooking. I would cook for. I mean, I used to cook 4 different meals when I was in my 20s. I lived with this bloke, and he had 2 kids, and I used to cook 4 different meals a night. And that was when I was in my 20s. I love cooking. I'm not saying I'm gourmet or 5-star Michelin chef, but I love cooking. And my sister couldn't be asked, excuse my language, she really can't be bothered. And I can't wait to go back to live with my brother and sister, because I'll be cooking every night. I'll be baking. I'll be like this sad old woman. I'll be baking all the time, and I'll be cooking, and I'll be trying to shove food down their throats. But I love it. But then, you know, We're all different, aren't we?
I love cooking.
It's easier to cook for more than it is for just yourself. Doesn't
Yes.
matter whether it's 2, 4, 6, 9. More than one is easier. Because
Absolutely.
I mean, I did it a couple of days ago. I really wanted a salad. So I've got all the stuff and I started chopping it up. And in a bowl, I've got celery, radishes, cucumber, lettuce, tomato, and carrots. And I've ended up with this bowl that there's enough for about 4. And I still haven't finished. So I put a bit of tomato. I stopped, put a bit of tomato and a bit of cheese in a bowl and put the salad on the top and add the sauce. And it was still piled high. And I didn't even add the couscous. But but I got enough for like 2-3 meals. And that, I think, is part of the problem when you're trying to do healthy shit for yourself. For one, you either end up with just a bit of lettuce and a bit of cucumber and going, actually, that's not what I wanted. Or ending up having to, even a tin of sweet corn is too much. That's 2 to 3 portions for something like that to include it in. And that's where it becomes an issue. Beans on toast. You open a tin of beans, you don't want a whole tin. You want half a tin. I will eat a whole tin of soup. Roger won't. He'll only have half a tin. So
that's only because of the amount of slices of bread I have with it.
See, what I do with beans is I chuck it in a plastic tub and chuck it in the fridge then. And we use them as and when then.
But if you're not careful, you're using half a tin now, and it's a week before you want beans on toast again or something with beans, and they're to throw away.
Oh no, not in this house. Not in this house. Grumps eats so many beans, it's unreal. He loves beans. He's a beans man.
It's the results afterwards.
Well, that's what I said, oh dear, for Roger.
Do you know what? No, he's not.
I am.
No, it's me that's yeah, it's me. Sorry.
But there again, anything I eat does that to me.
Same. Absolutely the same. See, I miss having just a bowl of salad with some mayonnaise on. I used to love that, and my body just won't. Lettuce, anything like that, my body's just like, no, what the hell are you doing?
Why is that, Holly?
We still have no idea. I've got to go back to the doctors, back to the GP to get put back into the system for the gastro doctor to find out what is actually going on, because I am currently eating low fat, low fiber, gluten-free, dairy-free. Essentially, I'm living on chicken, mashed potato, spinach, peas, carrots, mushroom.
Yep.
Gluten-free bread. And a protein shake. That's pretty much my diet.
20 years ago, I lived with a bloke, and this is before we had the gluten-free aisles and the free-from aisles and all the rest of it. And he still got that to this day, but it was really hard providing for somebody 20 odd years ago when there was no gluten-free foods. And my sister's now, apparently she's a celiac now, and but it was a nightmare. 20 years ago, it was a damn nightmare trying to provide food for somebody that was, needed gluten-free, and he was a celiac and all the rest of it. There was nothing out there.
Yeah, Gary, the problem is that if I eat whatever I want, I've ended up in hospital in excruciating pain. Not only that, all of my insides are that inflamed that my body just can't hack it. It's a real problem at the minute, which is why I lost 4 stone. Because
You don't want to go back there.
Yeah, but
What's
I'm sorry,
being fat?
Holly. I
want to be fat.
don't understand. I'm obviously ignorant, but I don't understand. I understand that you've got health problems, but I don't understand why nothing is being done for you.
I have no idea.
They have no idea.
Yeah, they have no idea.
That's why they're not doing anything, because they don't know what to do.
I had this conversation with my sister earlier. She's got a lump in her brain, and they're doing nothing. And we think she's actually got shingles, but the doctors aren't really sure. And she said to me, "Well, if the doctors don't know, how the hell do I supposed to know?"
Yeah.
And we're both getting very fed up with, well, obviously the doctors don't like if you self-diagnose. They hate that. But the thing is that they're supposed to be diagnosing you.
People much. Yeah, they're not leaving people much choice.
Doctors don't like you self-diagnosing because that means they can't prescribe you a prescription that they make money on.
Exactly. They can't just go take this pill.
Self-diagnosing. Nothing to do with your health. Nothing like that. It's because they can't make money out of you.
Yeah.
But I think it's disgusting that people like you, Holly, and my sister have got, well, both of you have got issues in your head, and nobody is doing anything about it. I mean, hello.
The head thing is being sorted slowly for me, but it's things like my eating, my digestive system, what's going on there. They just don't know, and it's just they're literally baffled. Well, it's like, oh well, it could be to do with your neurological issues. It could be, or are you going to rule other things out first? Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's going to do anything.
If the GP sits there and straight off the top of his head tells you what's wrong with you, it's his best guess. It's not a diagnosis. It's his best guess.
Yes, Roger.
Yeah, but when you've got a gastro consultant specialist guy turn around going, don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, what about testing this, testing this, testing this? Well, yeah, I suppose we could do that. But first of all, we're going to test for X, Y, and Z. Well, okay, would X, Y, and Z give me the symptoms that I'm having? No. Then why are you testing me for it? Well, after I've tested you for X, Y, and Z, then we'll go down what you think it could be. And so I went through these tests and I got a letter back saying, yep, you haven't got that thing that I thought you had. I can do nothing more for you. Bye.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Yeah. I've literally got a voice recording of him saying, we will go down all these other routes afterwards.
I know my sister's we had a conversation earlier about gut health and she's looking at kefir.
Yeah.
But by the by, but we're talking about gut health and we're both looking at that for various reasons. But, again, it's the same. She said to me, she went to the doctor and, she's, you're not getting the service that you paid for. I mean, us of a certain age, I thought, considering I was started work at 14 and I paid national insurance, I thought that was to help me get NHS care.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not.
No. I'll tell you exactly where it's all going, because I've got no problem saying this on a live stream. I'm currently being tested for cervical cancer, and I have literally, everything has been done within a 2-week window. 2 weeks, everything's been done. I've just got to wait for results. So if they can do that quickly for something like that, they can do it for other things.
Yes.
Cancer is money making.
There you go. Nail on head.
Little old me with my digestive issues doesn't make them money. They can't just give me a pill.
The biggest money earners will always be diagnosed first. That'll always be the first issue they find.
Exactly. And there is a part of me that, I know this is going to make me sound like a batshit crazy bloody conspiracy theorist. There's a part of me that's going, what if it comes back positive, but I'm not actually positive? They are just doing it to make money out of people. You know, giving people fake positives. Fake cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, but we had this with COVID, Holly. We had this fake positive. I've never understood it. Fake positive, negative. What was it called? False positive. I can't remember. I mean, I've never had a COVID test. I've never had a COVID jab. But all these false positive things, personally, I don't understand them. But then maybe I'm thick. But
the test was faulty.
The false positives were literally
giving you a
because the
positive when you
tests
weren't.
pick up other things.
All right. I mean, I'm thick. I still don't understand that. But all I do understand that I wasn't going to get the jab. And I'm fed up with these pushing the jab things and you've got to have a jab for this, you've got to have a jab for that. The human body is remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a cut on your hand and it disappears. It you know, I am not going to get any jabs and any, you know, my body, if it's going to repair itself, it will be repaired on natural things. And if it doesn't repair itself, then it's my time to go. Simple as.
Why do you think they want you to have the digital scoring and banking?
Oh, I totally agree, Roger.
If you haven't been jabbed, they will cut you off until you
Yes.
do. They're already talking about that again now.
Yes. And my God, hasn't life suddenly got worse under Labour, Roger? We are going to have to provide this. We're going to have to, you know, as you said before, you know, if you've scored enough points, you'll be able to go and get your trolley from the supermarket and all the rest of it.
Yep.
I am going to be back in Essex by the end of the year, and if my plans go to fruition, I'm going to go and get a little cabin by a loch in Scotland, and I'm going to hopefully serve out my dying days as soon as bloody possible, because I am so disillusioned. Roger says every day, don't let the fear and don't succumb to the tyranny and all the rest of it. You know, I've got to start fighting, or
well,
I don't know.
Last 3 years, this is what they've done. They've weakened everybody's resistance and resolve to everything. So now they can push for whatever they want, and people will accept it just for a bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah, but I won't, Roger. You know, there are some things that, well, there are some things that I have to comply to, like paying my council tax and paying my rent. But the sooner I get out of here, which is going to be in the next 6 months, I'm done. And what I mean is, there is going to be a common law thing on the driveway. There's going to be gates. We are going to be we are going to be fighting.
Well, be careful what you fight for, because a lot of that common law stuff is crap.
Yes,
Not worth anything.
Yes, I know it is, and it isn't. It is, but the thing is, the judiciary don't want to accept it. You see, the judiciary at the moment is conditioned to, like, well, I don't care what evidence they've got. It's you're without merit. That is their catchphrase, without merit. So it doesn't matter how much evidence you put in front of a court. Our judiciary is so corrupt that you'll never win.
No.
And that is another problem with this country. That is another problem with this country. But while I'm stuck in my little rut here, I'm not going to be stuck in it forever. And I guess all I can say is that when I get out of here, well, I've got nothing else in my life, so I could well end up being a political activist. But I won't have any pink hair.
Get yourself a cat as well.
Sorry?
Get yourself a cat as well.
How are you going to buy a cabin in Scotland, Lizzie?
I'm quite happy to talk about that in private, Roger, but I'm not happy to talk about it. You won't be able to do it.
You won't be able to do it, darling. Any property sold in any part of the UK comes under the land registry laws. So no matter where you are,
I know. I know all about the land registry. The land registry is as corrupt as hell, Roger.
Yeah, but they've got access to it. That's what I'm telling you.
The land registry is corrupt as hell.
This country without being found. I'll tell you that now.
I'm going to just run and make a brew. I'll be back in a minute.
It's not, the country's not big enough.
No, and I wish I could buy an island, Roger. I wish I could buy an island. I don't know what's going to happen, but all I do know, I'll be honest, all I do know is I'm going to be getting out of here. Because it will be my downfall if I don't. I'll be taken out of here in a box. And I've got a little bit of fight left in me.
Don't let him kill your dream, darling, even if it is a pipe dream.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry, Heather. I'm a tough old bird.
There's
this is
both
why they're
sides.
passing laws on people, what they call wild camping, living in campers, moving about.
Oh, I know.
This is why they're changing the laws on it.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, Roger, I'd buy the land in the first place.
Yeah, so the land registry know where you are and what land you're on.
Well, maybe, but look, I don't know. I don't know, but I put it in trust, and I don't know. I'll be honest, Roger. I haven't done the dots and the I's and whatever, but
you've got a dream, darling. That's all it is at the moment.
The only way you could actually do it in this country is do what a couple did a few years ago, and they're still there now, is you buy one of them old abandoned offshore forts and you declare it a sovereignty. That way you govern yourself, you live in your own country, you set your own laws, your own taxes.
And you're talking about sea land, Roger.
That's the one. Yep. But unfortunately, they can still be had by the government because they haven't got enough money to sustain themselves there. They've got to buy supplies on the mainland, so therefore they have to pay taxes in this country.
Oh, I know.
The only place they don't have to pay tax on is Sealand itself.
Well, all I'm going to do, Roger, is I'm going to do what I can before I die, and whatever money I've got, and I'll do the best I can.
The
And
best way is go and live on a boat, go sailing.
oh yeah, because isn't there some different? It's like maritime laws
Most
or
English
something.
laws are based on maritime law, but once you're in
Mm.
international waters, then you don't have to pay tax on anything, and you don't have to come under anybody's laws.
Oh, okay, right. Sounds like I'll be doing that then.
And that's it. When the time's right, you look at what your options are. You look at whether somewhere in Scotland is available and how much it's going to cost and everything else, and what the rules are around it, and what the rules are about being on a boat and sailing the ocean blue. But in the meantime, you know what you would like to do, and just because it's not possible at the moment doesn't mean to say when the time is right for you to do it, it's not going to be possible. That's why we keep doing the lottery.
Oh God, yeah. Well, wherever I end up, if it's conducive, you've always got a free holiday, Heather.
Thank you very much, love.
And you, Roger.
Oh
But
no,
you'd
he
have to.
can't come.
But you'd have to do as you were told, Roger.
Oh, you got no chance for that. No chance for that. Oh, hello. Why is my chat frozen up?
Because nobody's saying anything. There's only been Gary in there for most of the evening.
No, the little arrow in there. Mid chat had frozen.
Hmm.
Oh, get this. I went into Poundland today, Mrs. Heather.
Yeah.
I bought a top and a pair of shorts and a pair of sandal things.
Mm-hmm.
They're really lovely, actually. Obviously, really
They do
cheap.
have some decent stuff in there because it doesn't cost £1. Let's face it. What
No,
is
it doesn't.
Go?
I think it was about 20 quid for the shoes, the shorts, and the top. But they're really nice. They're lovely.
Poundland is going more towards being a bit like Audi and what have you. That's where they want to head.
But then I was so bored last night. I think I said this earlier. I spent 115 quid on Next online.
Now all you've got to do is work out where you've got to go to, where you're going to go to wear all these beautiful clothes.
Oh, I know. But I've got this thing at the moment. It's like I feel like I've got to buy things. It's obviously a mental thing, but it's like I've got to buy this because if I go to this place, I need to have the clothes. Or, if this happens, I've got to have this. If this happens, it's a mental thing. It's a mental health thing.
Yeah.
I bought £150 coat that I put in the cupboard. I mean, I did have a nice coat that I got 20 years ago that unfortunately the lining's going. It cost me 170 quid 20 years ago in the sale, but the lining's going, so I needed to buy another one. But when am I going to wear it? I don't know. It's stuck in the cupboard.
But it's there when it goes cold.
Thing.
You've got to buy stuff when it's in the sale.
Sorry, say that again, Heather.
I always buy things when they're in the sale, and you wear it when it gets cold.
Well, yeah, this is a nice black coat, and I can't remember where I got it from now. Maybe it was Next, I'm not sure. But I think I've got this mental thing at the moment that I've got to buy this and I've got to buy that and I've got to have this and I've got to have that. Nothing mega expensive, but it's like I'm prepping for a nuclear war.
No, you want to feel better about something. You've had your hair done. You've got some new clothes. You're starting a new chapter. What's wrong with that?
Well, I haven't done Christmas for 10 years, and I haven't done any birthdays for 10 years,
Well,
as
there
in
you
mine. Although I'm not bothered about that, but so I just.
The thing
I
is, though,
just
as well with the whole buying thing, for those couple of minutes or however long, that makes you happy.
yeah.
It's a bit of a dopamine rush, which is okay every so often. Just don't get addicted to it, because that's when the whole manic side of the depression comes in. It's like, I'm going to buy everything.
Oh no, I do know my limit. I do know, I do know what the budget is. But like, I was talking to my sister earlier and I went, oh, look at me, a la Poundland. Some people go a la Prada or Louis Vuitton. And I'm like, look at me all in Poundland.
Yeah, baby.
Exactly. Actually, you'd be surprised that I think what I'm actually wearing is all right. All right, it's
I don't
not
even know
expensive.
what I'm wearing. I think I'm wearing Matalan, Primark, and Wardrobe Le Grump, because I think I'm probably wearing something of his. I usually am.
most of my things have come from Asda for I don't know how many years.
My sister used to work for Asda, but she walked out.
I don't know where the dressing gown's from. I can't remember. I think it might be Amazon. It has got a really cool wizard's hood, though. Hang on.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're right there, Holly. It's very wizard-like.
It is. It's a Harry Potter one. Sorry?
Are you that cold?
I am absolutely freezing. I don't
You're
like
joking.
I got a chair that converts to that.
I have actually got photo evidence of Grumps wearing this as well, with the hood up.
Yeah, but you're not in your 50s, Holly, are you? So you're not. Do you know what? Sometimes I sit here at night, and just as I'm about to go to sleep, I start sweating. I'm thinking, oh, what the hell?
Oh, don't worry. That side of things is starting with me.
Yeah, but I was supposed to go through this 20 years ago. Why is it happening again?
So I paid £170 for shoes, lent them to my son. Now they're green.
They're green because you don't know how to avoid grass.
Oops.
Not really sure what to say to that. A good shoe cleaner.
Always cheap clothes, me.
I couldn't lend my son my shoes because I'm a size 2 and he's a size 10.
You're a size 2, Holly? Really?
Yep.
Well, I have to say, right, these little lovely little crochet slip-on things that I bought today from Poundland, they didn't have my size. I don't really know what size I am. Maybe it's a 4, maybe it's a 5. But the 3 look really big, so I bought the 3 and it was fine. It's a nice little crochet slip-on number.
Yeah, I tend to have to. I tend to have to wear like either a 3, or I can sometimes get away with a 4, depending on how small the sizes run. But yeah, I've got kids' feet. I'm a midget.
Yeah, but I don't think you can decide. I mean, I bought a 3. I bought another little pair of slip-ons from Tesco's. I bought a 4. I thought I was a 5.
But it depends on the mate. Everything.
Yes.
Is...
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Nearly swallowed us whole then, Roger.
I'm absolutely shattered. I am. That's why the fishing tackle's still over there.
God bless you.
I took half of it out to the shed, took the tube off the top of the car, and after that, I've just been absolutely shattered. But I've got to take the rest out tomorrow because we got the kids round Sunday, so
Ben's coming
that's
as
got
well.
out there by then.
Ben and Carrie are having a day off.
Are
Yeah.
they coming round as well then, are they?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You got a house full then.
Oh, God.
Uh,
4.
I'll do my usual tricks, sneak off upstairs and have a kip.
Did everyone just go blank then, or was that me?
You
I think
popped
that was
off,
you.
came back.
That might have been me yawning, soaking up the signal.
Yeah, that'll be it. You swallowed everyone. You literally swallowed Lizzie off the panel.
I want to know how she got back.
Yeah, because she didn't come back in to the back. She came straight back onto the panel.
Yes.
Big glitch.
And Roger, me and Roger swapped places.
Yeah. Good night, Karen. Hope you sleep well, darling.
See
Hi,
you,
Karen. Thanks for
Good
coming
night,
in.
Karen.
See you on Facebook at some time tomorrow. I've actually got notes for a video tomorrow. Whether I'll get round to doing it or not, I don't know. But Saturday rant.
Oh God, yeah, it's Saturday tomorrow. I forgot what day it was.
I was literally about to say, shit, is it Saturday tomorrow?
Yeah, only one
It's
more
Friday
weekend to
today.
go, then we're free of it.
I forget all the days. I forget what day it is.
I do that regular.
It doesn't help though that Grumps works 4 on, 4 off. So
Yeah.
What does Grumps do, Holly?
he works in a breakdown recovery place.
Oh, okay. I just wondered, could security do 4 on, 4 off?
A lot of
And
places.
I used to work in security.
Yeah, he did used to work security.
But he does nights anyway, doesn't he, as the coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
And it tends
Most
to.
night shift jobs are 4 on. He used to be in the factory. You only did 4
Yeah,
nights.
4 on,
Did
4
night
off,
shift.
and night shifts is just, oh God.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
It is hell. Because the first day off and the last day off are adjustment days. So technically you only really get 2 days off.
Absolutely.
Well, that was what buggered my sleep patterns up originally. I used to do the night shift. I'd do the twilight shift. I'd pull double shifts. My body just didn't know where I was. So I was doing 2 or 3 different jobs as well. You know, I'd be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd be out on the roof on the building. I'd get home at about 5, 7 o'clock. I was back on the door, working the doors of the pubs and clubs till about 2 o'clock in the morning. Then a couple of hours kip back up again. If I had a day off or I was off in the week, then I'd be off on the boat, you know, fishing, not pleasure fishing, earning money. And it just killed me, ruined me.
It's not sustainable, Roger.
Yeah, but I was earning good money. I mean, you got to remember, I mean, well, you probably wouldn't go back that far. But, you know, back in the, say, mid-70s, end of 70s, if you were earning £200 a week, you were on a damn good wage.
Yeah.
I was earning over £1,000. That's how much I was
sorry, I nearly swore then.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you were doing it because you wanted to earn the money. You wanted to
I
do
wanted the
these
big
things.
cars. I wanted the big motorbikes.
So
I was a single bloke, and that's how I did it. You know, I worked for everything.
because it was your own choice.
See, I've got a friend that does 4 on days, 4 off, 4 nights, 4 off. And I'm like, how do you do that? And he's done that for like 20 years. I'm like, how are you still alive? I would have died. I would have done. Because it's just that constant changing.
Yeah.
At
I used to
18
do
years
overnights
old,
when
as
I
soon as I
operated
could
with-
get a mortgage, I bought my first house and I paid for that inside 5 years. That's how hard I used to work.
When I worked in security back in Essex, I was doing 90 hours a week and I was shattered. And I resigned on my 40th birthday. It was really snowy at the docks. I used to work at Tilbury Docks, and my manager said to me, "Oh, if you resign now," because I was a first aider, he goes, "Oh, if you resign now, that means I've got to stay on." And I went, "You know what? You can shove your job," because I was so fed up with it. It was a 90-hour week, and I thought, you know what? And that was the last time I actually celebrated my birthday, because I was living in a house, and about 10:15, my brother and sister came round, who were the same age as me, and we went down some awful poxy pub for one drink, and and it was unbelievable. But I was fed up with doing 90 hours a week. I was shattered. I was knackered. I was like, I'm done. It was great fun. You know, you went on the container ships, and being a first aider, I had to go on there quite a lot, and it was quite nice because I didn't know anything about container ships, and it was quite good, but it was hard work, and I can't do that anymore. I mean, I've done subsequently, I've done 15-hour days. I used to work for the distribution centre at Harrods, excuse me, in Thatcham, and I used to do 15-hour days, and you know, then I used to build chemical dispensing systems, but you know, I'm just too old and knackered now. And then just before I gave up work, well, that was because of the supposed COVID thing. I was doing electrical work. I've done so much, and I'm done now. I really can't be asked to do anything else, and certainly don't put me in customer service.
Yeah, don't.
Because I'll last about 20 minutes. Oh, when my dad died, I went to work for the co-op. I worked in retail when I was 14, and I left the co-op in tears because of the customers.
Yeah, people are shit, and they're even worse now.
And I walked out of the co-op, and I never got no support, and I was private renting then, and that's how bad it was, because I walked out, and I thought, well,
See, when I first started in customer service, it was really hard to deal with people having a go at me. And then I just literally grew a backbone. And it's gotten to the point now where I'll just walk off from them. I'll go, okay. And I'll just walk off.
But I don't get, Holly, why they're so rude. Because
it's a sense of entitlement, because they have literally had it drilled into them. The customer is always right. The customer is always right.
No, they're not.
Actually, no, you're not. It's like when this woman came to, she'd bought something, and then she came back like 10 seconds later going, it's literally 5p cheaper on the ticket. I was like, Yeah, that's probably just an old one. I go by what's on the till. No, you have to give me the price that's on. I says, no, I don't. I says, you need to go and check your laws. I says, it's actually at the retailer's discretion whether they give it to you at that price. And yeah, she started kicking off, and I just went, I literally shrugged my shoulders and walked away. I went, nothing I can do now, and walked off. And people, they have this sense of entitlement that you've got to bow down to them, and it kind of gives them a power trip, and it kind of brings out people's not worst sides, it's what's already in them. You can tell a lot by people how they treat people in customer service roles. So shop workers, waitresses, bar staff, people in those sorts of industries. There's a lot of people out there that will look down on those people, and it comes out with how they speak to them.
I mean, I was in Poundland today. I was in Poundland, but the bloke went onto the till. He had a very high-pitched voice, although, I'm not complaining, but he just lifted his head up. Now, when I was working in retail, I would say, who's next, please? Can I help you? There was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in Morrison's, and this bird walked, young girl, and she had fake eyelashes. To be honest, she looked like a man in drag, but that's sorry, that's me being critical. And
I'm gonna drop out, babe. My eyes are starting to go here.
Okay, darling.
So
bye, Roger. Sweet dreams.
Night, Pops.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Angie, bye, Roger. Oh, Heather, is Roger all right? He looks knackered.
No, he'll doze in the chair for a bit, or if he comes up, I'll call it a night because he's next door. But I'm thinking of cutting it short myself. All these people eating and drinking, and I've got no drink, and it means I can go and make sure he's okay as well.
Yeah, if you want to call it, call it.
Well, I was giving Lizzie a chance to finish her thing on.
I was only moaning about retail. I mean, I'd probably last about 20 minutes now. But when I left the co-op, I left in tears, and I didn't have the support of management. And I thought, never again.
But you get that. You don't have to be in customer service to end up with that sort of treatment. I mean, I know that because
I can't believe how rude some people are. Whenever I go into a supermarket, I say, hello, how are you? Are you all right? Doesn't matter how old they are, I try and strike up a conversation.
And I bet you get looked at like you're a weirdo a lot of the time.
I've got some really, really close, not friends, but near as damn it, friends in the local supermarket, because I go in there regularly and I'm nice to them regularly.
Yes.
And I ask them, and I know them by name.
Yes.
And it's like, all right, Shell, how are you? All right, Bev, you, Mark, yeah, fun. And I have a laugh and a joke with them. And I got funny looks from some people where I was working, because I always, if I saw the cleaner, I always said thank you.
Yeah.
Because they came in and they sorted out the waste bins by our desks, cleaned the desks off, made sure it was good for the next day, and did the sort of jobs that none of us would lower ourselves to do, to be honest, because I was working with accountants and They don't do cleaning toilets and shit like that, you know. And they're
Yeah,
like,
I
why are
get
you
you, Heather. I
thanking
get
them?
you.
Why are you thanking them? I said, because I don't want to do that job, do you? I'm grateful they're doing it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I
But
must
I
admit,
think,
more than once I've gone into, especially Bev in Iceland. I'll go, all right, Bev, how you doing? I've just marked down some chicken.
well, great. But again, I think I'm sorry to have to say this, but I think it's an age thing. We do thank people. We do. I mean, I always ask the young cashier if they're all right, and normally they give me some story, whatever. But great, they feel they can give me a story. They feel they can talk to me, and I try and have a laugh and a joke and whatever with them, whatever. But
when I first started my job, the manager at the time was like, I love how you will stand and have a conversation with somebody for half an hour, especially like the old people. And then when we had a new manager in, I got pulled up on it. You're spending too long talking to customers. No, mate, I'm not. He was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, those old people, they might not speak to anybody all week. If they want to tell me about their sister's cat's boyfriend's hamster, I'm going to stand there and listen. Because do you know what? They're going to come back in.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to come back in and buy their food from this store. So don't you ever tell me how to do my job, mate. I says, you've been here 5 minutes, you don't know me. I was like, I will talk to those customers.
Not only does he not know you, he does not know those customers, but you do.
Absolutely, Heather.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I was like, you'll be thanking me at Christmas when they're bringing in boxes of biscuits and sweets.
Well, I was fed up when I worked for the co-op because I was teaching the supervisor how to work all the tills and the lottery machine.
Oh,
he didn't know what to do. Oh, don't, honestly. And I was like, you get paid more than me, mate. But I'd had enough in the end. I was fed up with the abuse. And I'm not really sure, because obviously I didn't go, if a customer came up to my till, I didn't go, how the fuck are you? I didn't say that. I was polite. So how did I invoke the rudeness? I don't know.
Somebody said something to me this morning on a different live stream, and it was most hatred comes from jealousy.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is. People are jealous.
No, I don't really see what anyone's got to be jealous about me about.
Because you're happy and you were outgoing and you were talking to people, and like some people just want to be fucking miserable and negative, and it sucks. It's like, go and take your fucking energy somewhere else, because I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah.
I agree
with that, Polly.
Miserable people want to bring happy people down to their level, because it means they don't have to work on themselves to come up to your level.
Yes. You're so right with that.
Yeah, Gary, can't even say cheers, love, these days. Our old boss used to call women madam and used to call blokes sir. And the amount of people that were just like, oh my God, I love that. I love that. I remember there was an American woman that came in and she kept calling me ma'am. And I love being called ma'am. I love it. It just
Yeah,
like, I don't know what it is.
yeah.
I don't know what it is, but in an American accent, somebody saying ma'am, I'm just like, oh my God.
I love that, Holly. And actually, biologically, I'm half American. Apparently,
Oh, are
my
you?
biologically, apparently, my father was American, and I love being called mom or ma'am. I love that. But you're right. When I used to work in security at Tilbury Docks, I remember one night I went into the common room, if you want to call it that, and three of the guys that I worked with, because there was 12 on a team and I was the only woman, and they decided to drop their pants, actually drop their trousers. Now they wouldn't be able to get away with that these days, because I'd be a snowflake and go, oh, I'm so offended, and it's but like, obviously I'm not. So I sort of looked at them and I was a bit embarrassed, I must admit, but I just thought, oh, what's the point? Obviously. But these days, women wouldn't cope with that.
No.
I used to work in IT where the screensavers, I mean, I'm talking even more years back, but I used to work for a construction firm in IT where they had the screensavers as porn.
Yeah.
But and this is what annoys me about the young people these days. They just, oh God, they're just useless. They're useless. I can't say what I want to say because I'm obviously trying to be polite.
Cunt.
No, I wasn't going to say that. No.
Twat. Cockwombles.
No.
Look,
there's no prizes if you get it right. Right, Holly.
Yeah, but I can be your potty mouth. That's fine. I don't mind being your potty mouth.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be rude because I don't want to do something bad to the channel.
Bothered?
Exactly. Is she bothered?
If I think something happens on this stream that has taken it to where I do not want it to go, I take the stream down or I edit that bit out. It's not an issue. So I don't care. You want to say something, say it. There's a whole
cunty.
No, I was just going to say they're just dumb fucks.
There we go.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know how you ladies were going to take that.
I'm not really a lady. I'll let you in on a secret. I'm female, but I ain't no lady.
Yeah, me and you both, Holly.
I'm working on it. I will admit I am.
Well, and China, it's been many years, it's not worked.
I'm trying.
Well, keep trying, lovely. You're doing good.
LSP gone hunting again. What have I missed?
Where are you hunting, Heather?
Yeah, where am I? What am I doing?
Holly?
I don't know. Gary says I've gone hunting again. I don't.
Well, yeah, I want to know where you've gone hunting.
Yeah, what? Tell me more. We'll have to wait for YouTube to catch up because there's a hell of a lag.
Well, you all talk about this lag thing, but I'm only on a phone. No, I don't ever get any lag.
Oh, but you're on here with us. If you could see what was going on Facebook at the same time, which we can, Holly's doing that.
So hang on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Gary's recent comment up, and then I'm going to count how long it takes to get there. So 1, 2, 3.
I'm still doing this.
Yeah, but that went up automatically for me.
Yes, but you can't see the other screen. There you go. It's just come up on mine.
It's 23 on mine. So about 20-second lag.
Yeah, why did it come up automatically on mine? And I'm only on some
Because
You're on the live. You're on
Because-
StreamYard.
Yeah, you're in StreamYard. StreamYard then streams to YouTube, and the delay between it sending from StreamYard to YouTube is about 20 seconds.
Oh my God.
That's why.
I mean, I'm really sorry. I don't understand this technology stuff, but you've got more technology than me, and I get it.
No,
I get it
No.
sooner than you.
no, Lizzie. We get it on StreamYard, same as you now, live. Roger was in the back room because then he gets it on StreamYard live. Gary and everybody else that's still out there, because there's 10 of them, that are watching on YouTube, what I am saying now, they will get in 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So the three of
Is
us
that
have it live now. Everybody else has to wait.
They're two different platforms, so they don't work together. We're not going out.
Here you go.
Our conversation is through.
Hang on, Holly. Can you hear that?
No. Oh, I'm
Right,
sorry.
Hang on. Let me get my camera. Right, I'll show you what I mean. Oh no, I've just broken it.
I'm sorry. I'm touch technophobe.
Oh, there we go. Hang on. Oh God, this thing's got a loose connection. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're not going to move the camera again. We're going to like. Oh God, what have I done?
You broke it.
I broke it.
Yeah, I'll show.
There we go.
That I'll share my YouTube's. There you go. That's what everybody else is seeing live on.
No, that's
YouTube.
that's StreamYard. Oh no, it isn't.
YouTube.
Sorry, my mistake.
That's YouTube. So if we pin Gary's comment again there. Oh look, I've just shared it. But that's what we mean about that. There's that comment come up on YouTube. And that's what we mean about the lag.
Oh, okay.
And now,
I'm sorry.
now you've got me sharing it on YouTube, with sharing it on YouTube, with sharing it. And it'll go on ad infinitum until until we just confuse the hell out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you.
Sorry. Well, when I work on the laptop, because there's been a few bills, but when I work on the laptop, as in I work on getting the laptop, I'll come up on screen.
Do it.
It is easier once you've got a static camera, I will say, because putting the phone on the stand and all the rest of it can be a bit of a nuisance. But I'm sorry, girls. I am needing to call it a night tonight.
You go for it. You've had a hectic week.
Well, it's been stupid. I came back off holiday to a couple of appointments on the Tuesday and having to go shopping. And then there was a load of stuff I forgot, so I had to go shopping again on the Wednesday. And then I'm thinking I've got a nice quiet day and something comes in that I've got to do by email. So, and then Eleanor's thing last night, and it's just, I don't know where I'm, and the kids are coming on Sunday, so.
Yeah.
So you need tomorrow, certainly, as a rest day.
Oh, no, I'll probably go out somewhere with my daughter because she ain't got the kids. Unless she's going down to see her sister.
Yeah, but you can at least recenter yourself. Kind of.
Try.
I definitely don't need to go food shopping.
No, we got ours delivered beginning of the week.
Well, when we got back, it was a case of, well, what do you want? Don't know. Okay. And I wanted salad stuff. And it's like, well, what did you get to go with it? And I'm like, well, oh, you've ate it.
I'm really not into, I mean, I do go to the supermarket, yes, and to do top-ups, but I do a supermarket delivery once a month because I really don't want to be doing a big shop, and then because I
don't do big shops.
Oh, I do. That's only me.
I do.
And I'm not going to go to the supermarket, buy the stuff in the supermarket, and then get a taxi there and taxi back. I've just got a form today, and had my photos done to renew my driving license because I didn't know that, even though you've been driving 30 years, that it went out of date.
Your photo does every 20 years.
Yeah, so I've got to do that. But no, I'm more than happy to have a delivery. Thank you very much. So I can't be bothered to go to the supermarket.
Now, Tuesday, I'll go and buy bread, milk, my pan au chocolat, because I can't live without them, the telly bag to keep him happy, and bits and pieces for food.
Yeah. That's what I do today.
Yeah. And then, as and when, if we need another loaf of bread or I'm running out of milk, so I'll have to go and get some more of that over the weekend. But I don't do a big shop. I do a bag full every week.
See, my sister's like that. She just does bits.
But I've got everything I want in the cupboard or in the freezer.
Well, I just like to keep my free. Maybe I'm just greedy. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be prepared.
I just keep my fridge stocked up, and my fridge. I mean, I've only got a 3-drawer. Don't get me wrong, I've not got some super duper American fridge freezer. I've only got.
I would love one of them.
I know, so would I. I've only got an 8.
Can't get anything in them.
I've got one of those big tall freezers, and it is rammed at the moment. We're gonna have to work it down before the next shop because we're not going to get anything else in it.
My sister and brother have got an 8-foot freezer, and they ram it full. And then when I go down there, there's nowhere to put my stuff. It's like, hello,
You'll have to eat their stuff.
Pardon?
You'll have to eat their stuff.
No, I do. Oh, trust me, I do. And I don't ask. But Heather, try and rest tomorrow. You won't be able to rest Sunday, so try and rest tomorrow.
Well, I will rest Sunday. I'm doing bangers and mash. I'll throw it off. It's no big deal. I'm not doing a Sunday roast. I've got my family around me. I mean, he's going, oh, crikey, Ben's coming as well. But it's my daughter, her husband, my son, and his fiance, and that's it. There's no kids. My Josh isn't coming. He's sudding off with his girlfriend. He's down at hers for the weekend. So, instead of 3, it's 4. What's the issue?
No, it's not. But
So there's 6 of us. But they all want the Cumberland sausage I brought back. So I'll be a lazy and stick it on a tray and throw it in the oven.
oh, why not?
Do it.
Rather than messing about with the frying pan and standing there and getting backache. I'll make it do it the lazy way.
Why not?
I must say I tried an air fryer while we were away because there was one in the cottage. So I threw some sausages in there to try.
Love my air fryers.
No.
It takes some getting used to, but I wouldn't be without mine now.
Holly, do you find they're large enough even for, I mean, you're obviously cooking for 2, but they don't even look large enough for 1. And I'm not a big
ones.
Okay.
My mum's got a thing about buying me ninja stuff, so I've got the big dual draw ninja air fryer,
okay.
and then I've got a big 15-in-1 ninja, which is an air fryer, a slow cooker, a bloody pressure cooker. It's literally everything in one. So yeah, it does us, and the drawers on the ninja are actually quite deep.
Oh, okay.
And I've got racks for it as well and little things like that. So yeah.
Okay, I hadn't really looked into it, but everything I had looked at looked sort of even not very big enough for 1 person. But
no, the one I've got anyway is roomy.
I do get that you have to pay for what as usual, you have to pay for what you get,
Yeah.
You can buy a cheap one, or you can spend a lot of money and get a decent one.
Anyway, I've managed to move us onto a whole new topic. So.
Yeah, we've done it again. We will talk air fryers next week.
I'm still not a lover of them. My sausages were crispy, but they were still pink in the middle. I like them to change colour, to look cooked.
I
probably would have just dropped the temperature on the air fryer and put them in for longer.
Or I needed to brush them with some oil or something. No, the skin was wrong. The skin was wrong.
Okay.
because the fat stripped away from them, they're not cooked in the fat. So
got you.
Wasn't impressed.
I just like them burnt. I love sausages burnt. All right, okay, I'm weird. I know.
I miss sausages.
I know. I'll tell you what, they don't.
6 kilos of sausages.
Oof.
Well, I went to the butcher today and I bought 10 pork steaks, 10. Remember, I live on my own, so 10 pork steaks, 10 minted lamb chops, and 10 huge chicken breasts. And they are lovely. And I'll tell you what, I was a bit concerned because I hadn't got down the town, because obviously I don't go out very much. And I went to Tesco's and I bought what I normally buy, which was a tray of chicken thighs, and they made me feel sick. And I'm really beginning to think that supermarket meat is.
It is.
Yes.
It's not right.
No. And my sister spoke to me about this today, and she went and she bought some chicken from the supermarket, and she said she felt sick. But It's a whole nother story.
Yes. Right.
I think sometimes it depends where it's coming from, because at one point I had an issue with Iceland because their chicken was coming from Poland, and on more than one occasion I bought it and it was off, even though it was still in date. It hadn't been transported properly. But that's what happens when you're transporting it from Poland. If it's coming from up the road, you stand a better chance of it being kept refrigerated and it not going off. But not
only that, we've got food standards. You know, our meat and our produce is to a high standard. But Holly, reach out if you need to talk. You know, I'm an old bird, but I've got a lot. You know, I'm not totally daft. Reach out if you need some help, and Heather, I know you're more intelligent and brainy than me, but I can still be your friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just don't tend to go to anybody with any problems I have, except occasionally. I did turn to Holly once or twice.
No,
we have our moments.
I didn't want to throw it at my daughter again.
We have our moments.
I don't go to anyone, so I get what you're saying, ladies. But well, I'm always here, and I'm not oh God, I'm not biased or whatever.
No, but well, all I'm saying is we're all very much alike. We tend not to go to people.
Yes.
We keep it bottled and we deal with it. And times like this help us. Just know that we've got contact out there. Anyway, I haven't heard anything from Roger, so I need to go and make sure he doesn't need anything to eat. So,
yes.
What is it? Stay safe.
Stay strong.
I don't know. Free.
Something.
Wicked.
Hey, Wicked.
Wicked.
I love that. I love it.
Oh, just a little dirty note.
Oh God.
Before we go.
We're off in half an hour, folks.
No. 2 minutes. On the table while we were out was little silver stars. And my daughter is sticking them on Kev's forehead and his cheek, and we're looking like silly buggers. And she points down, because he's put one on her trousers down there.
On over JJ.
And I just went, and I picked up a sticky star on my finger, and I went, stick out your tongue, Kev. They were in bits for 5 minutes. Easy.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Anyway, I'm going to end it there, guys. Take care.
I'm off
ski. See you all next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care, Holly. Thank you. Love you.